But NVIDIA has
Yo,
only
yo,
one
yo,
modeling
yo,
option
yo,
that's
yo,
anywhere close to its price
yo.
class.
What camera
And
is that?
again, the 3056 gigabyte technically is a new card,
How are these
but
cameras
it
just
has
getting
cut
moved
down
around on
cores.
their own?
It is slower
That's
for
this
3.4
camera?
watt.
So that's
And
that camera? What
it
the?
so
Well, that makes sense because you're on your own little fucking motor and you just do your own fucking
where
thing.
it's kind of the 3060, and we have that in the charts.
What is that silver thing?
Cut the high end from them to make space for all these cards. So the
Oh, that's
4090, 4080,
this.
4080 Super, 700 XTX.
That's the mount.
Those have been removed.
Got
If you
it.
want those numbers, check our 4080 Super or
I got it now.
And the 4070 Ti Super review.
Player Duos. Brand new mouse. Same mouse, new mouse.
Scrappy DP is now live. Streaming Apex Legends, February 18th, 2024 boo. I missed it.
We know third-party banner ads, so it loads stupidly fast as a result. It's single page, no jumping through a ton of pages for review, and if you want fast answers on hardware performance, check out the site. It's all entirely funded by you all, so to support our ad-free written reviews and to support the benchmarking that happens here in the videos, head over to store.gamersnexus.net and please consider grabbing one of our comfortable t-shirts with PC component designs, our silicone soldering and project mats with extreme heat resistance, or our GN 3D emblem glass, the 15th anniversary edition, which has a super cool metal emblem on the glass. You can find all of that on the store. Let's get into the testing. Resident Evil 4 had the Intel A750 at 104 to 105 FPS average, which is about tied with the RX 6600 XT and RX noticeably. As for why Intel does so well in Cyberpunk specifically, Intel's Tom Peterson provided some engineering insight when we asked why. And he said this, quote, "In Cyberpunk, we see good results from the VVH cache. Since a large fraction of the time in that app with RT-heavy workloads, we're locking VVH. It also is likely that the thread sorting unit is helping. The thread sorting unit is a physical piece of hardware on the GPU, while VVH cache is an area where Intel has spent significant special optimization effort. We'll talk more about these in future topics in the video. In Resident Evil 4, at 1080p with RT and using
I'm leaving, bro. There's too many people there.
At about 84 FPS average and equated the RX 7600, although it maintained better frame time consistency in the 0.1% load. The RTX 4060 leads the A770 by 14.6% here, with the A750 tying the 2070. This game is a lighter RT workload, so AMD is able to recover its position in this particular title. We see similar behavior in games like Tomb Raider with RT, where only one RT feature is actually used.
I'm gonna try to give you cover from above.
Here because it reinforces an earlier point. The A770 is able to gain ground on the RTX 4060 in this test, which has its speed reduced from 15% in the 1080p chart to just 1. A big jump, and the resolution bump is hard for the 4060 and 4060 Ti cards to handle at this scale. Dynamite 2 is significantly heavier as an RT workload than Resident Evil 4 and tends to have wider gaps between AMD and NVIDIA. At 1080p, the A770 ran at 66 FPS average and actually managed to technically outmatch the 4060. The A750 follows with the 7600 and its 46 FPS average just an afterthought. The A750's lead over the 7600 is 30% here. At 1440p, the A770 is slightly ahead of the RTX 4060 again, with the A750 just behind. And these RX 7600 series cards are dragging behind here as well. As usual, we have plenty more data and gameplay in our 7600 XT review, our 4070 Ti Super review. They have more games packed into them, and most of these are for those the cards are present, if they've gotten updated a little more since then. But you can find even more there if you want. The point is, that the trend in all of the games matches the trend of what we
Hit one. They're dead. Their other one's still there.
Where sometimes it works phenomenally well, and we're really impressed by how much ground they've gained, and other times it's still just functionally out of control, which is unfortunate. So, outside of gaming, Intel still has some challenges we didn't talk about, and those can be with power consumption. So, for example, the ARC cards have relatively high idle power consumption, and that's something we talked about in our driver update video where we did the revisit 1 year later, about a month or I guess 2-3 months ago now. Additionally, under load, frame for frame, Intel is less efficient than NVIDIA. Maybe not a surprise. AMD's in the same boat, but if it's something you really care about, then Intel is weaker there. And we think there has to be a priority list for GPU manufacturers when they're in a position like Intel. It's not only the underdog, but it's brand new to this market, and it's fighting another underdog Because if you can't run games, or you struggle with it, like GTA, like Starfield, like Counter-Strike at the beginning of Six now, then none of it matters. It doesn't matter how power efficient. But it's infinitely power efficient if there's 0 FPS. Actually, maybe infinitely power inefficient. Depends how you want to divide by 0 there. But the point is, we've separately deep dived into Intel's Arc drivers and software as recently as again a couple months ago, and when we did that revisit, we found that they had massively improved. And we'll link that below if you want to learn more about it, or you can read it on the website. As for conclusions, they're pretty simple. When Intel Arc works, it works exceptionally well for the price that it is. It is a stark thing from the initial launch when we bashed it for having several games that were completely broken, stuttered in an unplayable way, had a driver package that would crash when you clicked on buttons as if no one had ever used the software at Intel, so that so far has been fixed. They had all kinds of blurring and artifacting mess that happened as a result of their special features, and much of that has been resolved. It seems Arc is still somewhat binary, but it's a lot better. Despite its strong performance, it either works, in which case it's a scary competitor for AMD more than anything.
Why are you just staying in this area? What are we doing?
Stock at frame rates that are so low as to be irrelevant. In this round of tests, though, the amount of times it was broken is far lower than we've seen for our numerous revisits over the past year. We're at 2 titles that performed really poorly in this round of tests, and that's out of 14.
There's one in there.
When including the unpublished tests. So 2 of 14, not a good percentage, but both are on older engines, and maybe there's a way to it. We do think that Intel remains a classifier, which should probably be something like a reduced level knowledge. However, there's still the engine in that class, and becoming something that can be recommended to a slightly more mainstream level. So where we draw a line is someone like you have a family member who wants to play PC, and they have the location or time for PC to or it is someone who has absolutely no trouble probably don't know the value if you don't have a lot. But we do think that this is now in some type of category between hardcore enthusiasts and mainstream. So whatever you might call that slimmer group of users, maybe the word is just patient. And the good news is that the patience isn't getting tested nearly as much as it was 18 months ago. As for RT, Intel is competitive with AMD, and it's outclassing it in some scenarios. NVIDIA still holds significant advantages in overall RT heavy titles like Cyberpunk, but once again, Intel is competing in sometimes stronger ways than AMD is, and that's where we think a lot of this story is going. For value, the A750 has held strong recommendations when it occasionally dropped to $180. That was crazy when it did that. But even at $210, we think it makes sense to buy now. It's starting to clear some of those hurdles. For a lot of our audience, if you're spending $200, it really makes sense to seriously consider Arc now. The A770 is also posting better value now that its price has fallen below $300, and certainly it puts some pressure on the 4060 and 7600 XT. We still want to be extremely clear, though, which is that Intel Arc still has problems, and those problems, when they happen, are the kind that are frustrating, because there's really not much you can do about it. And it's not just like the performance isn't quite as good as a competitor. It's like the performance is half or worse of a competitor. A lot of the frame time pacing problems have been fixed, so it's not stuttering as hard in those situations. But we're talking half the frame rate it probably should be. Not a good deal. And the big caveat is that doesn't happen a whole lot. But the reason I feel the need to keep saying it, because I need the audience, need you all to be aware of it, where we do think it's good value, but the times it doesn't work, it's gonna suck. It's just that those times aren't as much as they used to be. Overall, though, we are hugely impressed with the performance improvements that Intel has posted. If you go look at the driver patch notes, the length of some of those lists shows that there is an active effort to continue improving.
In the future, pay more attention.
Recent rounds of layoffs at Intel and other tech companies, but Intel here haven't affected the driver development team in a way that's going to really slow things. That's where they need to focus. The drivers, as we showed, improved a lot for usability, for the interface, but now it's on continuing to focus on and we think they're doing well there. So, anyway, we have an active project right now. We're doing some PC build guides again, first time in a while. So some of those using Arc, we've got AMD and really follow-ups, people who want to just have that guaranteed. I don't want to deal with anything weird at all. We're going to be working on those guys with each day. So we're excited about check out the subscribe for it. Go to store.nexus.net if you want to support our testing program directly and buy something like one of our 318 glass metal M5. Thanks for watching and see you all next time.
Beginning countdown. Attention. First blood.
Deploying health drone. Reloading. 1 minute. Reloading. I've been done.
Why is there no fucking help over here, dude? You're the one who dropped me here.
45 seconds and the
My God, dude. I can't play that. I'm playing fucking ranked now. Fuck that shit. God. Golly. Whatever the fuck.
Ready up. It's go time. I've seen you.
Come on, we've got work to do.
Now I just need to get there. Introducing your champion.
Good. I'm the jump master.
Life is meant to die. Accept your fates.
Enough. You can value over there.
Safety's off. Enemy landed on me. First blood.
Guys,
First blood. Round one. Frenchies always go first. Countdown.
guys, I promise
Alright.
I do not give a shit. I'm on a 3-game losing streak. I think you're the best. I promise. I promise.
Being shot at. Broken enemy. Me and your numpty right here. Got a numpty here. I'm probably getting top of it. Grenade. Numpty right here. Cracked an enemy shield. Reload. Down to target. Smoke out.
We're getting back.
If they're getting cocky, they're getting sloppy.
Okay, but not gonna put my hands out because I still want to see the fucking room because it's so funny.
That's the worst team I've ever met, dude. Not even near me. Just fucking run off on. What?
Confirmed kill.
Okay, so here's my setup. I have my right monitor, my left monitor.
What do you expect's about to happen right now?
Okay.
What do you expect you to do? You didn't
You guys just fucking got stomped on. You didn't stay with your teammates.
Shut up.
How am I a rat? What did I do that's ratty? What is it? What is ratty about what I did?
In here.
You don't even know what that means. Like, use proper terms if you're gonna say shit.
What? if you want to refund, I can refund it, even though $1,500. I think PayPal is gonna keep it. But yeah, it's really up to you how if you want to be part of the community and then not make things weird, then then I'm pretty sure Twitch chat is gonna be welcoming as well sooner or later. But if you just wanna keep it as it is and then support the stream, then I would really appreciate it as well, because traveling ain't cheap as well. But I would be definitely willing to refund the amount that you donated if you
This place is something
if I'm not
else.
doing what you're
Let's
expecting me
go.
to do. I understand.
Time for old action.
Human. This is huge. Okay. Human?
Introducing
That's a fucking foundation, if I've ever seen it. Alright.
Joined now by prestigious guests. Guys, how are you feeling tonight?
Let's land here.
I feel like there's more to all of this than I think there originally appears to be.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
well,
It's a long
you're
drop.
living a dream world,
Fun.
really. Okay, excellent. Trinity, how are you feeling?
I have been sent here on a mission, and I do not have time to talk. I'm here on strict orders to deliver a secret message.
Okay, awesome. And do you guys want to tell me about your outfits tonight? Yeah, I'm strapped up, locked, loaded, ready. Easy books. Just in case I need a little bit of that peanut butter, Mr. Beast over here. With ingredients: milk, chocolate, sugar, whole milk powder, cocoa butter, unsweetened chocolate, lecithin, soy, natural vanilla extract, peanut butter, peanut sugar, palm oil, pink milk, soy, nicotine, tree nuts, wheat, egg, and additional. Wow, that's.
The nominees for Best IRL Streamer of the Year are Extra
Just give me
Probably wrong. But,
and the people goes to we have a little video I think it's from since he's not.
I told him I was going to that guy. Hey, get the silver body, everybody!
This wasn't fate. This was the future you made.
Okay.
What did he say?
Hot sun. And okay. And the people goes to Sunbobbin. We have a little video I guess from this is not.
I told him I was okay with that guy.
Oh, that was a kill.
Get the silver body!
Can't wait to pop that trophy next to my PhD.
We are already inside the ring.
And the people Here we go. The people goes to Jinxie.
on your feet,
Funny
darling.
clip of Miz, I
Plenty
feel
of fight
worried.
left in you. Care package, dropping from low orbit.
What's up, little man?
Be very afraid, non-friends.
Is this emo?
Probably took a fucking swing.
That looks like the fucking slug.
Heavy ammo
Oh,
here.
on the ground while having effective assist. That's well.
That way he calls to me.
Well, geez, it looks like if you guys get me back in, we might win this game.
And to accept this award for Case. That's what Jade looks like? He wanted to shout out his mom and dad for the never-ending love and support. Is that what my...
Hostile over there.
Is that what my agent was called? Honor to be on the path of Private Souls and to accept this award for Case. That's what Case looks like? He wanted me to shout out his mom and dad for the never-ending love and support. Kiss me, shout out to Case's community. He loves y'all more than anything, and none of this would be possible without you guys. Congratulations, Case. You deserve this more than you.
There are.
Scrappy DP says, oh. Scrappy DP says, oh. Scrappy DP says, oh. Scrappy DP says, yes. Scrappy DP says, we're doing it.
And the people go to...
Did I get it? Yes! 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 Oh my god! So thirsty, man!
If you're watching this on YouTube, or please spam the comments with this contact.
Fucking god! Yes! Oh my god! Finally!
Shield battery here.
Half the squads remain. Let's keep winning.
Yo, what the fuck? I thought you were a full bad player, man.
Round 2. Beginning ring countdown.
Care package over there.
Attention, delivering replicators.
Replicator entering orbit.
Grappling.
Shall we head this way?
Rivals here. Look at this. Wow. Look at that. That's quite something, that, isn't it? Good grief. And just a quick sort of bing bong and welcome to my old mate Simon Brooks. He's just drops in the chat. Welcome in, mate. Do you believe this is the I'm not seen Egypt not seen to the half yet. Not these usually knocking about. Oh no, right.
Hey, bro, why we even res you, man? Come here. Fuck you doing?
You talking to me? You res me so I could start looting and build up my arsenal.
Oh no.
Right?
Extra supplies over here.
Unfortunately, you went way farther than where I was. I'm chasing you down now.
It's all good, man. We got it.
Okay, Farksy on Twitch. How is the chat going there?
Being shot at. Reloading. Whole enemy squad has been
People clap.
forcibly expired. Need a wee rejuvenation.
Champion eliminated.
Why are there so many prowlers in this game?
Here's your birthday present.
Evac tower deploying.
What does the shield core do?
Enemy over there.
That way calls to me.
Round 3. Beginning
And we're
ring
a
countdown.
broken enemy shield. Grenade! Got him.
I leveled up. Now let's get an upgrade.
Enemy removed. Being shot at.
Replicator on its way down.
I am taking fire, friends. Cracked an enemy. I am down.
Broken enemy shield. Reload. Oh, it's just a wee scratch, dear.
Using my Phoenix kit.
They're shooting at me. Shields recharging. Broken enemy shield. Pulling the trigger. Unleashing my singularity. Being shot at. Ooh. Being downed.
Don't worry, I'm here.
I've got an upgrade waiting for me.
Where are you shooting at?
The enemies are shooting it. Contact the top.
You got your mark.
Recharging shields.
Care drone if you're needed. Shot at.
Enemy taken down.
Shooting at me. Broken enemy shield.
Patching myself up a bit. Just giving my shield a week.
I cracked that. We're all inside the rest. Just a tick. Heal it up.
Looks like a care package is coming in. Big dings in that.
Shields recharging.
Care package over there.
There's a perfectly good upgrade just waiting for me.
Enemy over there.
Pulling the trigger.
Round 4.
Another squad's popping their heads in.
Hit him, broke him.
The enemies are shooting at me. Giving my shields a recharge.
Broken enemy shield. Me and you are dead. God, I need you here.
Using grapple.
Oh, enemy here.
Down.
You can come res Scrappy, they're dead. No, 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 don't crawl over. They're on that side. Oh, Scrappy.
I didn't know.
Don't matter who you are back in the world. You're in my house now.
We have our Apex champions.
Yep, I blew it for them. I know what I got there. Dumb.
get for the girl who has everything? More.
After refusing to pay for allegedly breaking the rules at an Airbnb that he rented, a superhost renting that short-term rental to the customer decided to pursue some pretty petty revenge against the guest. Now, it ruined the guest's marriage, according to a new lawsuit, so buckle up, things are about to get real spicy. So here's how it all went down. Back in 2022, a gentleman by the name of Sean, not much of a gentleman as you'll find just a bed, two-bath home for a weekend. Time with friends and have a good time. They were planning on going to a football game. Now he was recommended superhost on Airbnb, Pamela Fuller's Little Bit More Country home. He decides to rent it, and according to the listing, Fuller was renting the home for $567 a night, and it could accommodate up to 12 guests. Okay, clear. You can read the listings, that's what it says. Mackie booked a stay for 2 nights from September 9th to September 11th for a total of 4 guests. In making the arrangements, Mackie told Fuller that he would be in town to visit longtime acquaintances and that he may invite them over for dinner. Emails included in court filings show. So Fuller did ask that he register anyone planning to visit the property, even if they weren't staying overnight, but that additional guests were fine. Like, okay, you're gonna have more people over, that's totally fine. You need to tell me who though. Like, let me know, register these guests, even if they're not gonna sleep over, and we're good to go. She also listed the house rules, including, by the way, Airbnbs are the worst, no smoking or vaping. No vaping?
45 seconds.
No vaping. Come on, man. I get the no smoking, but like, anyway, if you don't want to rent out your space, then don't rent out your space. I can't stand Airbnb. Okay, let me keep going. No excessive noise or parties. Okay, it's a house. All right. No guests from the local area. Unclear what that means, but okay. Why the local area? Is there something wrong with the local area? You don't want guests from the local...
people live there.
Okay. No parking in front of the garage doors or on the right side of the driveway. And there will be a $250 fine plus cancellation of the stay for arriving with additional guests. So this person's a stickler, has some pretty strict rules. The rules warned that there were security cameras on the exterior of the house, and judging by how harsh and strict this superhost is, I wouldn't be surprised if there were cameras inside the house, although that claim is unfounded. Okay, let me be clear. And then this is where things get tricky. According to the lawsuit, the plaintiff, at 6:08 p.m., plaintiff, true to his word, or work, updated the guest list as follows. Okay, so there's the list, there's the proof of the list, and then Fuller wasn't too thrilled about that, telling him that actually only 8 guests are allowed, and that he would have to pay for the extra guests. But remember, the listing said that up to 12 guests are allowed. Okay, so this is where things get super shady. So 45 minutes later, Fuller again asked Mackie to either add the extra guests or have them leave. So pay more for the extra guests or have them leave. She also stated that they received complaints of disturbances, yelling, and profanity from the neighbors. I have no way to prove that, and look, if you're being super obnoxious and loud and disruptive to the neighbors, that is annoying, and you should be penalized for that, in my opinion. Eventually, things calmed down, but after the stay was over, Mackie did leave a negative review. And Fuller didn't like that. So Fuller began allegedly harassing Mackie, opening a claim with Airbnb and charging him a pretty massive penalty of $960. She says that she was charging $160 for 4 extra guests, 2 nights at $20 a night, $250 for violating rule number 6, no local guests allowed, 200. Who knows?
I recognize that guy.
$250 for violating rule number 8, excessive noise, and $300 for moderation of your review.
We might have millions of people watching this show, but you can be a difference maker because something like that. That would be my difference. Click join now.
You're finding him for leaving a review you didn't like. It gets worse, John.
My guess would be that like you could probably pay to have a review taken down or something like that. That would be my speculation.
You pay for it. He's not.
He would prefer not to.
Right, obviously.
Yeah.
Now, after Mackie refused to pay the $960 in additional fees and penalties for allegedly having extra guests over and violating 2 of the house rules, Fuller emailed his wife a photo taken by one of the property's security cameras, which showed Mackie in the company of another female at 3:16 a.m.
3:16, huh?
Here's the image. Here is the image.
Is she arresting him? Like, it looks like she's handcuffing him.
I mean, it is another woman.
Yeah, it's 3:16. We get what the photo was sent for.
I mean, don't we all like to make a nice dinner and watch a movie at 3:16 in the morning?
Dinner, movie, sleep at 7:30. Yeah,
listen.
Don't do that. That's crazy.
So I went from being mad at the Airbnb superhost, Fuller, to now turning on. I'm just kidding. I didn't turn on Mackie. Listen, Mackie and his infidelity, his decision to be seduced by the pleasures of the flesh, unacceptable. I'm not in favor of that. Be good to your wife. You're not being good to your wife. However, this Airbnb superhost is a terrible person, right?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to fine you for using the phrase pleasures of the flesh, but how about this? To blow your mind. What if they were both bad in this story? And he threw a huge party where he invited a bunch of people over and made a bunch of noise, and the person was being too much of a stickler.
Listen, John, we live in America where nuance is not allowed, and you must choose a side, okay? Good, bad, good, evil, black, white, which you gotta pick.
In that case, the host seems kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But I don't know what, like, maybe there's a context where they've had a bunch of people come over and have huge parties. I don't know. I've never hosted Airbnb. I've just been to it, and I consider myself a model tenant, but...
Can you imagine looking forward to a trip with your friends, and you have, like, a giant list of rules for the place? Rule number 58! You must wash your feet before you enter the house. Like, don't rent your place
You
out.
don't need to do that. Jesus will take care of it for you.
Right.
But,
By the way, I would prefer if people take their shoes off if they enter my place.
suddenly the list starts to come together.
I've seen the whole men's bathroom urinal situation. You guys step in some nasty stuff. You can't walk into my home with your shoes on. That's unacceptable.
That's fair.
Right? Yes! Yes, Sean.
Plus, my dog pees in the house all the time, so it's getting worse and worse. But yeah, I think that they both theoretically could have handled this better, but $960 seems like a lot of money.
No, that's insane, and I too would refuse to pay that fine or that penalty.
But regardless of the money or the violations of the rules, you cannot be taking surveillance photos to try to ruin someone's life, to effectively, like, kind of blackmail them into paying you the fine you came up with.
That's right.
I do not want that to be an established precedent.
I will say, I completely stopped. I mean, I wasn't really a big fan of Airbnbs to begin with, but every once in a while, if the situation was desperate, and there were no hotel options, everything's with an Airbnb. Last time I did it, which was a long time ago, there were the cameras, like the Nest cameras everywhere outside, and I didn't like it. Like, I did not like feeling as though I was being surveilled. It's like, hey, do you not trust me? Like, do you think I'm gonna blow your house up? Like, relax.
And can you really trust that there's not one inside of the house?
No, you can't. It makes me super uncomfortable. I don't like it. So, I guess we're gonna have to stick to hotels.
Okay.
And by the way, don't buy up homes to do short-term rentals. That also makes me uncomfortable.
Thankfully, some states have been cracking down on that.
I know, I love it. I want more of that.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. We also love it if you hit the join button below, because that makes you a member. And members allow independent us. We can be as progressive as we want, no corporate media influence, and that's all because of you guys.
Guys.
Care package being delivered.
Guys, I promise.
How is that what's playing?
What is up, all you gamers? I would not suggest that any of you do this challenge that I'm about to show you, okay? Just a warning for all of you. It's pretty crazy what Apex pros can do, or professional gamers in general. I was talking about Jen Burton, one of the better pro players in Apex history, but also just a really good gamer. As the new season of Apex has now officially dropped, he had a challenge for himself to reach the #1 rank in the game, that being Apex Predator #1. And with that, he dedicated 47 hours. He was streaming for 47 hours straight to get this rank. Again, something I would not suggest, but it finally happened.
Yeah, we have to walk up and take the heady from him. Well, no, one more bike and flip, we push them. Okay, one more bike and flip, we push them. Okay, get ready. One more bike, go. Okay, go now. I want 50. Take damage. Watch out. Enemy landed near me.
Resist me, can they?
Let's go. Oh, shit! Oh my god, I got the screenshot. Oh my fucking god. Holy shit, man. You don't understand what I'm seeing.
46 hours, holy shit.
I am so exhausted.
And throughout this run, I think it needs to be said, a lot of this time was also spent in queue, but thanks to Nag and Amphi, I believe, was the guys that were alongside him for the trio to push him through the final ends of all of this, which by the end, Jen was like literally losing his mind. Like, as you guys can maybe try and guess, I've only ever stayed up for like 32 hours once in my younger years. I did like a 24-hour stream, and even then, by the end, I was just delirious. Like, I think I taped myself to a chair, and I thought I was like the funniest guy on earth. I can't imagine 47 hours, and especially trying to be a top gamer after 47. Like, these are not ideal circumstances. These people are crazy.
Oh my god. Holy fuck.
Nah, we're about to do is
No, you don't understand what I'm seeing.
46 hours, holy fuck.
I am so exhausted. How many viewers do I have right now? I don't know what the fuck's going on. How many people are watching?
13K.
I'm shaking, dude.
13K. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Nice. Nice. Looking one more, get a 1 and 2. Then I'll get a 1 and 2.
We're done there.
Bed is gonna be beautiful. Bed is gonna be beautiful.
Dude, I'm looking at my bed. Dude, it looks too good. Oh, it showed! Oh my god, I got the screenshot. Oh my fucking god. Holy shit, man. Oh my fucking god.
Wait, 9 players in queue.
So there you have it, one of your Apex pros and top streamers, that being Jen Burton, successfully reaching rank #1 pred in Apex Legends after 47 hours straight of streaming. Certainly a feat. You Apex guys are absolutely crazy. If you guys have other feats and achievements like this, my DMs are always open. What do you guys think about this? And luckily, apparently cheater's not too big of a stopping issue, despite what we've seen over the past couple of weeks. So congrats to Jen. He also made our top 5 gaming clips this week for the achievement. Crazy stuff. Till next time, take care of yourselves. All right, drink up. See you back here soon.
Hello, everyone! I'm so happy to be joined by the one and only Connor Eastman.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Once again, snub of the year for Variety Streamer. Before we get into this, I just want to say, next year when you guys are voting for Variety Streamer to all my fans, if you type Connor and they count it for C-Dog. They don't count it for Connor yet. So type my full name next year. I'll tell you later.
J22
But no,
says,
anyway, just wanted to start off with that.
Oh, Connor, what a great start. Sorry about snubbed. However, you do look... Oh.
Shit, what are you saying?
There was a mix-up. When they vote for Connor, it goes to you.
Yeah, we like that.
We're hopefully changing that next year.
I love the drama. Oh my god. Connor, yes, unfortunately you're not nominated, but I can nominate you for Best Drip. Can you please talk about your drip today?
This is about $45 off the clearance rack at Zara. This is about $35 off the clearance rack. I got the Sonic chain. I got a custom Converse, courtesy of Andrea Botez, Hot Girl Chess' sister. Yeah.
Very swagalicious. You looking great, Connor. And Connor, what is your favorite game that you played this past year? You are a variety gamer. You're always gaming away. What's your favorite?
It's got to be Pokemon Emerald still for sure. It's still just the best game, best Pokemon game. I also liked Among Us this past year.
They're in me. They're
Well,
under
don't
me.
know, but I thought they did well this past year.
It's very sussy, very good. And Connor, what are you most excited for tonight?
Recharging my shields.
Well, I'm not gonna win an award, so I wouldn't say much. I'm excited to see friends, have a good time. I hope Squeaks, you know, maybe wins. I love seeing a smile on that guy's face. I think Ludwig might be here. Yeah.
Let's see where it
Connor,
takes me.
you're just oozing with confidence. We love to see it.
Thank you.
Next year, I think, will be the year.
Saying next year's gonna be my year. Oh, speaking of which, if you're following me, by the way, I haven't been streaming much. When you check the following page, remember to scroll down. Remember to scroll down. That's where we've been lately. So, yeah. Here.
What's up, W cameraman?
W cameraman. I've made streams. I might need to accept your award if you win.
Oh, I totally get it. Yeah, thank you, Connor. And last question: what is your favorite soup?
My favorite soup?
Yes.
Chicken noodle soup.
Isn't that kind of boring?
Yeah, I don't mix up my soup. I don't. What do you want from me?
No other soups?
Can I switch to a different interview?
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Connor, thank you for having us. And we're gonna head to the next interview with Will now.
Opening fire.
We are here joined with the amazing James. Thanks for being here.
I'm down. Throw my grenade
A
out.
little cold and nervous, but also excited. It's so amazing. This is your third year being nominated. Yes. And you had such a crazy year last year. You did the Waddle-thon, right?
Yeah, I did.
What was your favorite thing about the Waddle-thon, would you say?
I think definitely people that I met on the way, because there were so many Taiwanese locals who supported the whole journey. So it was, that's probably the best part. Yeah.
Do you have any countries that you want to visit this coming year?
Iceland, never been. So
that's the one where there's a lot of green, right?
yeah, nature. I love nature. So yeah.
A lot of nature. Is it cold there? Probably not.
In the summertime, there's no sunset.
Okay.
Yeah, so I kind of want to go. And then it's kind of like this weather in the summer, LA weather. So I think it's comfortable. Yeah.
Amazing. Jenny, since you do so much IRL, have you ever tested
Jenny!
how far you can run in a day, or like your endurance levels? You probably have such crazy endurance.
No, I have very weak energy. Stamina. So when I run, probably 10-15 seconds I can run.
Take a break. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, that's better out. Yes.
Walking is okay. Running is difficult.
So, and is there anyone you're excited to meet tonight?
I'm excited to meet everyone. I was excited to meet you.
I'm so honored to get to interview you and whatnot. Like, yeah, you're so amazing. Thanks for all the hard work, and you travel so much. It's amazing. What's your favorite top 3 places that you visited last year? Do you think?
Last year, of course Taiwan, and then Philippines, and Laos.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Just the entire world, so awesome. And last question, Ginny. What is your favorite flower?
Flower. I'm really not interested in any flower, but I guess rose.
Okay, rose. I usually don't pick up on, but I'll add it there. But yeah, rose is a good one. Thank you, Ginny. And we'll pass it on to the next red carpet interview. Coming right now. Thank you.
Show no mercy. That location interests me.
Stop it, you. Oh, you look absolutely gorgeous. Can you please show off the dress?
So I have a red strapless dress and it has pockets. Very cool. Yeah, very comfortable.
A whole pocket.
Yeah, I'm also wearing my I don't know if the camera can see this, my Kirby Air Maxes. Like no one's gonna see my feet anyway, so I want to be comfortable. Because last year was painful as hell, so I'm just wearing whatever the fuck I want.
That's genius, dude. You can protect the feet, of course.
beaten last year, do you think?
Probably Dark Souls 3, I think. Yeah.
Oh, better than Elden Ring?
Well, Elden Ring is this year. Oh my god! Wow, hardcore for last year too.
Oh yeah, hardcore. Wow. Yeah, you started from scratch, right?
Yes, like 4 times, 5 times.
Oh yes. Something like that. Oh god. Well, again, you're such a gamer. So cool. Do you have like a favorite overarching game, but not League?
Well, I was gonna say League. I do love Souls games, so probably those, yeah.
What are you both looking forward to tonight? What'd you say?
I'm looking forward to meeting people I've never met before, like Liam, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. And then are you gonna go crazy? Drink a little bit?
No.
Yeah, no drinking. Yes, right. We'll sit there and have fun. And anything exciting you plan for this year? Anything?
I'm trying to host a IRL cosplay contest.
That'll be good.
I think it'll be fun to fly in people to cosplay and hang out in person.
That'd be awesome. It's so good to cosplay. I love
me and her doing a show together called Always On, which starts this month.
That'll be really good. And what would you say is your favorite type of pasta to eat?
Spaghetti.
Ooh, the long boy, right? Nice and long. And what sauce?
Alfredo.
Oh, sounds delicious. My tummy is grumbling.
Optics here. Close range.
Yes, I'll see you there. The next interview that is going to be with either C-Dog or Will. Probably Will. I'm not sure.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Standing by for care
Great to have
package.
you here. How are you doing tonight?
I'll be honest. I've had to overcome some hurdles. My left shoe will not stay tied.
Sorry.
Yeah. Just for this interview, I made sure to get it tied. But probably 5 seconds after this, I'll be done for.
Okay. Hopefully it can stay. Yeah, it's time for this. But I know that you're nominated for best Minecraft streamer, right? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Honestly, no clue how that happened. I don't really plan on it. I just do a little crafting every day, do a little building, and apparently it's good enough to get me here. Yeah. Hello.
Anyone today?
Am I looking forward to beating anyone?
Beating.
Oh, okay. First of all, if I can beat Tubbo in the award, that'll be great. But meeting Tubbo. Wait. Tubbo, okay. We have to band together. Yeah. There's one other man nominated for the Minecraft award.
Who?
Quackity. Tina also. But we're thinking we all band together to defeat Quackity, because he won it last year. Both of us he beat last year. And it's just not fair.
So variety gamer, right? What are some other games you like to play besides Minecraft?
Love Valorant. Well, love is a strong word, but do a little Valorant. Bloons Tower Defense 6 is my life passion. Yeah, and maybe one day I'll show it to stream. I typically keep it hidden behind bars. I like to keep it for myself. It's like my own little treasure.
This is understandable. They want to see the monkey.
Who does love the
monkey? The monkey. And if you have to pick a favorite soup, what soup would you eat forever?
Favorite soup? Chicken noodle.
Why is there a quick chicken noodle? Is that your favorite?
Chicken noodle. Okay, actually, give me a grilled cheese tomato soup.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's very interesting. So great talking to you.
So much.
Recharging shields.
What's
Everything I said before about meeting you is still just as great.
Ursula, how are you doing tonight?
It is very clean. Can you please describe what happened?
Yeah, so basically we're here at the Smite 2 event. We're really excited about it.
Smite 2, we're here. We're here for Smite 2.
We're excited to see what happens. We're hoping that Thanatos is here for the first pack, but honestly, we're just excited to see what goes on.
More importantly, we're really hoping for max support. I was promised max support by lead Smite designer Lermy Wormy. If we could get that, that's unreal.
This isn't
Nice dub.
Smite 2 is actually coming out soon. We're really excited about it. Shout out to High Res, and this is Smite 2. I don't know what you're talking about.
Titanforge and high res, yeah, we're really excited for all of it.
I see. So what are you looking forward to tonight that's not Smite 2?
Fucking season of Smite 1 is actually very exciting. I've heard that a lot of the professional players are going to be here tonight. Can't wait to meet some celebrities.
I'm also really excited for the after party. I'm gonna go to the pool the first thing and probably hang out there. I'm really pumped about that.
Man, you're great. You just opened up a gym. We love Iron.
He's reviving, he's reviving, he's reviving, he's reviving, he's reviving.
Deal with by opening that gym.
You constantly putting a camera in my face. Shout out to High Res. You guys are the best. I love Smite 2 and I'm super excited about it.
Okay, so you're also nominated for Best Show, Schooled. Yes, great job, Miz. Do you think you have what it takes to win?
No, but my friend Dave is 6'8", so...
So I'm gonna do what I can for him. I am 6'8", yeah. So I have gotten a lot of comments tonight. There's a lot of tall streamers. I'm really happy to see that here.
The tallest so far?
I'm actually not a streamer, so I'm not really in the category yet.
Okay, yeah, but you didn't see W number everyone. Yes, very impressive. Okay, last question is, if you had to,
Oh my god, good work.
What's a good question for you?
Nothing, we hang out all fucking day. What are you gonna possibly ask for? That Judy's award show, I showed up. Oh my god. Fucking, I'm gonna go with black and I'm gonna go with gold. Smite, love you.
Smite 2, love it, yeah.
Thank you guys so much. I'm so glad you like Smite 2, and thank you for the interview. We will hand it off to C-Dog next. Thank you.
Sorry.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good tonight.
Oh, really great. I know you're nominated for Best.
Let's go back. CPUs. Best-selling CPUs on Newegg. So, just to be clear, somebody said earlier, oh, was that an old listing? No, these are the current best sellers on Newegg. 7800X 3D. You know what? For $350, I understand that. We could debate the 8 cores till we're blue in the face, but to a lot of people, that's enough. I understand that. And it has an upgrade path, and it is in fact a really, really good gaming CPU, and it's not that much more than the non-3D chips. I'm okay with that. The 12700K for 211, that's a very good second charge. You know what? Fine. Unlike the graphics cards, is it just me, or does graphics cards suck right now? CPUs are great, but your options for GPUs are like... Yeah, and NVIDIA cards, man, a couple years ago, 10 series, 20 series, and if it hadn't been for crypto, the 30 series would have been fine.
Yeah, that's true.
NVIDIA, what happened to you? Buy Windows 10 Professional for $15, activate instantly online with Microsoft, and keep it forever. Don't pay full price. Get the best deal from our sponsor, URCD Keys, using our link in the video description below. Full details on how this amazing deal works at the end of the video. But when it comes to CPUs, you wouldn't go wrong with either one of these. You know, the Intel's a better value for the money in many regards, but I don't have any problem with somebody going with the 7800. The only thing I'll say is if you go with the 7800X 3D, make sure you're pairing a more powerful graphics card. This is what you put a 7900 XTX on. This is what you put a 4080 or 4090 on. If you're going with a 4070 or pairing over a 3070 or a 6700 XT or even a 7800 XT, a $500 card, this is really all that you need. I'm not saying you can't buy this, and if you plan to keep it for a while and upgrade your GPU in a year or two, then maybe you'll be grateful to have this. Most people would probably not notice a lot of difference between these. And of course, whenever I make
leave out the back and get around.
Everybody says, I moved from the 12700K to the 7800X 3D, and I got 40% more frames per
I
second.
mean, you're pinned there, but if you're gonna go do it,
Have a 4090 at 1080p, do you? Because you would. At 1080p with a 3090 or 4090, the 7800X3D would curb stomp the 12700K all day long. However, with a 3070 or a 2080 Ti, or even a 47 at 1440p, yeah, not really.
Shields are depleted.
How dare I be the voice of reason?
You are the voice of reason.
Here's your birthday present.
Well, that's what we recommend up to 10, so
Use it well.
if you need one, go for it.
3 and 4.
Okay. 3 is the i7 13700K for 345, and the 4th is the 12700KF for 279.
That shouldn't be 279. That's 200 over on Amazon.
No.
That's broken. Don't pay 279 for that. That's ridiculous. That's I don't know what's going on there because that's 199 on Amazon. You know, for one of the fastest CPUs in the world, that's really not that much money.
And the $600.
You know, I know a lot of people are going to say, but is it really worth it? Well, for most people, it's not.
No.
But somebody asked earlier, is the Apple Vision Pro going to be worth it? The Apple Vision Pro is a AR/VR goggle set coming out next year from Apple that will be $3,500. There's a segment of the society.
I don't even know where I'm getting shot from right now.
Anybody who would pay $3,500 for an Apple Vision Pro is not slowed down by $576 for the fastest CPU in the world.
Don't pick me up.
Well, yeah, but this is 400. It's already
Maybe here. I don't know where they were hitting me.
Both 8T cores, 12E, 16E, they are very close.
This fight isn't over. Get up.
What is that, $175 difference? $175 difference. To some people, $175 is their grocery money. To other people, $175 is 2 hours at a bar for beer money.
Yeah, that's true.
If $175 is just Friday night beer, pizza, and wings money, and it is to some people, why are you having the conversation? Buy the top end.
Where'd you get shot from?
You have money. To everybody else,
on that ping. I got
$200 for 12700.
I got some.
And then we get down to the interesting levels.
The i5 12600K for 153, and the Ryzen 9 7900X for 388. What numbers are those?
That's about right, but
No, in the list.
sorry,
Number
7 and 8.
Come on, heal, heal, heal.
I should pick up an upgrade.
You're gonna be shocked to hear this. I'm gonna say something that's gonna blow your mind. Having said that, I've given the answer is, if I had to choose with the price of Lexus between a Ryzen 9 7900X or a Ryzen 7 7800X 3D, what do you think I would personally buy today? I would buy one of them. If I had to. If those were the only two choices in the world, I'd buy one. Looking for a Windows 10 or 11 product kit but you don't want to spend $100 to $200 for? Our sponsor URCD
Scrappy
provides
DP says,
discounted Windows
GG.
keys at amazing prices. $15 for Windows 10 Professional, $21 for Windows 11 Professional, and just $60 for Microsoft Office 2021 Professional Plus. These product keys are the real deal. They activate directly with Microsoft Online, link to your Microsoft account, and they work forever. For Windows, you simply go to Settings, Update and Security, Activation, click Change Product Key, paste the key provided by URCD Keys, and in seconds, you're activated with Microsoft. For Office, go to setup.office.com, sign in with your Microsoft account, paste the product key provided by URCD Keys, and then download Office 2021 Pro Plus directly from Microsoft. Remember to use the discount code TD20 to save 25% off the already deeply discounted prices and support our channel at the same time. We have been using product keys from URCD Keys for almost 5 years now without any issues and encourage you to do so as well.
Battery? Check.
You know what?
Better resale value?
Better resale value. The 3D chip will just, because of the marketing hype and because people who don't know any better and they just buy off benchmarks, they'll overpay for the 7800X 3D 2 or 3 years from now when they shouldn't.
Right.
The 7900X is 2 6-core chip. And it's kind of a weird tween chip. If I couldn't buy a 7950X, then I would go down to the 3D chip and at least have something that's solid and unified. Now, I would go up to the 7950X, but, and I did, that's what's in my machine. I prefer the 16 cores, but that's 2 8-core chiplets.
Got your back. Be
I
right
wouldn't
there.
ever want to go to 2 6-core chiplets, which is what a 79. So I wouldn't buy this at this point. No. Either go up or go down. And now we're just scraping the bottom. This is just silly. That's not bad actually. 165. This is so stupid. And you.
That's what they wanted you to think. 165 wasn't bad. Wow, wow.
Beginning ring countdown.
He didn't realize what he was saying.
Pardon my grease. It was rainy today, and I went bowling. Got a custom bowling ball so I can finally transcend the deity of lame that I was meant to be. But doesn't matter. We're not here to talk about my bowling prowess and my pursuit of the perfect game. We're here to talk about a disastrous wedding. Throughout the years, I've covered many awful weddings, and there's just something very sad about a special day super stinker that I can't help but just be fascinated by and talk about. This isn't the main video I want to talk about here, but I want to lead with this because I don't know if it's a hot take, but I can't fucking stand the wedding cake smashing trend that some people subscribe to. Wedding cakes are so expensive, and you just throw it in the face of the bride or the groom, and it immediately changes the whole tone of the wedding into something aggressive, and sometimes just ends as like a WWE match or an argument or a fight. Like, I don't get why people do this. I've been to many weddings, and I've never seen anyone do that. I only see it in TikTok and YouTube videos from weddings. So this one I think really encapsulates it the best as to everything wrong with it. I can't find the original clip, I can only find it through Ray Like Sunshine channel, but there's a lot to unpack in just that short clip. So first of all, the wedding cake looks heavy as shit. When he throws it on the bride, she like visibly like falls with it. That's like a 20-pound cake, it's like getting hit with a dumbbell. And then even once she like recovers from the initial stun and staggering from it, he goes back into the DPS phase and hits her again with the wedding cake. And you can see how upset she is. Also, the groom's out here looking like a frat douchebag on spring break, and he's got a gun on his hip with him. I don't know why he'd bring his gun to the wedding. Maybe he expected to get pulled up on by his ops, so he needed to stay strapped and ready with that big iron on his hip. But he looks like James Bond on vacation. What's supposed to be one of the biggest days in a person's life is now just been reduced to this guy acting like it's a tailgate party. Unbuttoned shirt, beer belly hanging out. Chaos. But anyway, let's get into the video, the main video I wanted to talk about.
And to share with you the most beautiful moments of my life.
I'd hate to have a problem with that. Anywho, Cody?
I'll promise to smack that ass every chance I get.
Wait up, I'm crafting.
That's all I got.
There's a perfectly good upgrade just waiting for me.
He's giggling like he's trying to do an impression of the Joker following that statement. So, I cut out the beginning, obviously, but it was a really heartfelt message from the bride. Her vows were really sweet, and the production was really good, too. It made it seem like it was the conclusion to a long-running romance slice-of-life anime or something. Like, it was wholesome stuff. And then immediately, Cody follows it up by just saying, I promise to smack that ass every chance I get. There's no shortage of people treating their wedding day like it's a stand-up comedy special on Netflix, and it usually leads to a bunch of cringe, but this is cringe with a little poop on top. This is just disrespectful to your wife and also the families of not only her, but everyone in attendance. Your side, their side. It's just uncomfortable. What the fuck is the point of that? Like, it's not as bad as the other wedding vows I covered last year where the guy said, as long as you keep my balls empty and I can, you know, fuck you hard enough to make the bed shake every night and turn you into a toaster strudel, like come on her tummy, like, he's happy. That was definitely worse. But for some reason, when I'm watching Cody's wedding video here, it makes me feel even yuckier. this is just the beginning. So, of course, he starts to follow up that heartfelt sentiment from his wife. He's like, you know what? I only care about those cheeks and making them jiggle. Can't wait to clap them. That's all I got.
This is either going to be the most beautiful couple ever, or we're all going out in the same bolt of lightning. Either way, Cody, please proceed.
She's the brains of the operation, so.
Okay.
Where's the other one?
It's on the wrong hand.
Yeah, that's the right. Yeah, so let's try that again. Maybe say
You can see deep shame wash over the face of the guy who's supposed to announce them man and wife. He knows that this is some dysfunctional shit right here. He can't help but let Cody know that he's a fool, a fucking oaf. So he's trying to, like, mentor him on how this should go. Like, hey, brother, maybe say a little bit more than smacking your ass. Also, maybe you should put the ring on the proper hand. Dude doesn't know right from left clearly, so he has to, like, go mirror to figure it out.
Well, baby. I was confessional to you all the time. I was confessional to you all the time, good. Promise I'm not gonna listen to you. I mean, I will.
Are you sure?
Kill leader eliminated.
I didn't write nothing.
That's what you're going out with?
That's what I'm going.
And they say chivalry is dead. How laughable. They've clearly never met Cody. A very profound moment here that we get to share in. And I can't help but feel happy for these two. Cody seems like a real peach. I do love how visibly annoyed everyone around Cody is with his antics here. Like, he's getting all the chances imaginable to try and salvage this. Like, say something nice. He's like, is this how you're going to send it off? Is this really what you're going to say to your wife here? He's like, yep, that's it. Whatever. And I'm pretty sure there was someone else that just said, come on. I feel like I heard someone faintly go, which I get because this is an eye-rolling moment here.
Touching. Exchange. Yes, there's only one thing left to do, and that's for me to do my part. So, by the power vested in me by the state of Kentucky, the United Life Church, and the Church of Bacon,
Church of Bacon? More like Church of Making That Ass Clap. Am I right, Cody?
now pronounce you man and wife. You may seal it with a kiss.
Wonder which upgrade I should get.
Cody, can you please stop moaning? This isn't a porno, it's a wedding ceremony. Jesus Christ. I still think the worst wedding ever held is the one I covered like 5 years ago. The crazy bitch wedding, where the bride walked out to the Buck Cherry song Crazy Bitch, but not the official recording, a karaoke version sung by one of her friends who I'm pretty sure was gargling glass in her throat before performing. And it is not even a walkout, it's not even like a wedding march. She goes out there and puts on like a wedding striptease in front of everyone. Kind of. It's like she was trying to give the entire ceremony a lap dance and turned it into the trashiest thing imaginable in front of a bunch of kids and like completely like normal family members who were just appalled at what they're witnessing. And then when she makes it to the stand, it turns out she's marrying like Diet Kid Rock and the Dirty Boys biker gang. That I still think is the worst ceremony this world has ever seen. But that doesn't make this one any less awful. And it gets even weirder after this moment.
I'm Cody's ex from high school. Yes, you may think that's weird, but it probably won't uphold in the world. Because I can totally relate to whatever crazy stuff you have going.
Why would you do that, though? Why would you bring your ex here to speak about you being a quirky, zany oddball? Why bring your ex in this wedding? That feels foul. Like, hey, I know we're getting married, but I'm bringing my ex-girlfriend from high school here. She's gonna give a banger speech, trust me. No, it's not. Why do you think that's weird? There's nothing wrong with being friends with your exes, but why do this for your wedding day? You're marrying this girl that you love, and for some reason you're calling in a previous girl you loved to speak about you. Why? I don't know. That doesn't feel right. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit because I'm always interested in these wedding disasters. So that's really about it. Yeah.
Let's go back
CPUs, best-selling CPUs on Newegg. So, just to be clear.
Welcome back to Paul's Tech News. It appears that we have reached an inflection point in the inexorable march of technology, my friends, and it is one that I've been waiting for a good while. We've got AI chatbots that feed us AI-derived text. We have AI still photo generation to produce titillating imagery for us to feast our eyes upon. But what about the next step in AI evolution? No, not the singularity when AI becomes self-aware and merges itself into an omniscient digital hybrid being capable of completely taking over world governments and the human race in general. That already happened in 2023. Media coverage is pretty light on it, actually. I'm talking about AI-generated video, and for more on this, we go live to our new field reporter, our Corgi on the beach in Maui. Hello, Corgi. I'm just kidding. That Corgi video was AI-generated with a simple prompt using OpenAI's new Sora model, and who knows, maybe my whole video is AI-generated too. Maybe this is AI-generated beer. What can you trust anymore? Probably not your eyes. But for now, I say we just roll with it and see how this plays out. Oh yeah, there was other PC hardware news this week too about CPUs and GPUs. I'll talk about that as well. But for now, computer, generate Paul's Hardware Tech News Show for February 18th, 2024.
Only one
Yeah, no problem, Paul.
the jump tower, so where'd the other one go?
I think it's working.
Yeah, damn it.
Today's video is brought to you by the Paul's Hardware store on paulshardware.net, the only official source for Paul's Hardware merchandise. Tantalizing t-shirts, brilliant beer sets, high-quality hoodies, and more, all featuring the classic thumbscrew purchase.
You guys just ran off without me. What do you mean?
For tasteful and
Then I was in a fight by myself. What do you want to happen?
Added sporadically and at random, so head over to paulshardware.net and get some of that sweet merch.
You didn't leave on top of that building?
Happy watch the video.
Then chase those guys up into the glass? Yes, you did.
By OpenAI on Thursday. This is a fusion model that can create videos up to a minute long.
Because you both pushed up on that team.
And the examples shown on their landing page are just absolutely stunning. It can also be used to extend existing videos, and while it's not perfect, as readily admitted by OpenAI, there are a handful of videos showing it spawning infinite wolf puppies, or conjuring up
wish
the
there was a
first
solo
plastic chairs at an archaeology site. The leap from previous models that could maybe animate a still image for a few seconds to this is quite remarkable. Sora is not available to the public yet, nor will it be available soon, according to an OpenAI spokesperson, but they are gathering early feedback and, let's call it like it is, flexing pretty boldly with the capabilities of their new model. Ethical and legal implications abound, of course, as governmental bodies and regulators attempt to keep pace with AI's rapid advancements. And in the US, at least, the FTC has finally proposed a rule to protect individuals from AI-based impersonation and fraud. They have already finalized a rule about impersonating government and businesses, so it's nice that they're considering the protections for us actual people, too. Once AI video is perfected, though, and Sam Altman's generation here is coming pretty close, what will be next? Well, that will be AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence, and true AGI models would be able to recreate human ingenuity and come up with brand new solutions to problems, versus simply mimicking or recreating existing art or writing or photos or videos based on the data that they're trained on. And according to the most recent news from Amazon's AGI team, their work is also progressing and their model has shown emergent abilities, as in exhibiting language abilities that it was not trained on. And whether that makes you nervous or excited, you're probably right. Let's steer gently back towards PC hardware with NVIDIA's video posted Thursday showing off EOS, their AI supercomputer powered by 4,608 H100 GPUs, which makes it the 9th fastest supercomputer in terms of raw floating point power, but probably the fastest or one of the fastest for AI-specific tasks. Along with the H100s, there are 1,152 Intel Xeon Platinum 8480C 56-core processors, and nodes are connected with NVIDIA's Mellanox Quantum 2 InfiniBand technology that can hit transfer speeds up to 400 gigabits per second, which is very important for AI training purposes. No word on how much it will cost to rent the EOS supercomputer out, so you can make your own 16K resolution Corgi on a Beach videos with OpenAI's Sora model, but it will presumably be on the pricey side. The overall cost of EOS, based solely on the 4,608 H100 GPUs, which typically sell for $30,000 to $40,000 each, would be $140 to $190 million. And that's not including the Xeon Platinums, the building, the electrical and cooling bills, etc. What's even crazier is that this seems to be a cut-down version of EOS. NVIDIA says there will be multiple EOS supercomputers, and the specs they first revealed back in November 2023 listed 10,752 H100 GPUs, more than double what the supercomputer revealed Thursday has installed. But I suppose the price is probably worth it if you can just generate videos now without having to pay actors, directors, scriptwriters, videographers, and all those other inconvenient expenses that come along with content creation. Speaking of expensive things, NVIDIA GPUs. Sure, they cost a lot, but what if the cost was $10 less? That's the newsworthy bit of info written up by the folks at videocards.com. A $10 price drop on the RTX 4070 Super. Now down to $590 for Zotac's Twin Edge model, and while it's a small savings, it is hopefully indicative of a continuing trend in the PC hardware space of video cards becoming more affordable over time rather than less so. And I will say that it is nice that this has happened within about a month or so of the original launch date. It's nice that the prices on Amazon and Newegg are still the same a couple days after this article went up, and that the cards are still in stock. And also notable that amongst the 40 Super cards that were announced, the 4070 Super was the most highly regarded in terms of performance per dollar and the most affordable, relatively speaking. AMD's Radeon cards have also seen continuing price drops, with the 7900 XT holding steady at $700 and the 7800 XT now available for less than $500, with multiple cards at $490 after promo code. Small steps, yes, but they are steps in the right direction. Intel apparently has one more 14th gen CPU to launch, and as usual, it is the KS flagship model, a clock speed juiced variant of the 14900K, presumably built on binned silicon with an S added for good measure. These Halo tier CPUs aren't typically recommended for most builders, since they fetch a price premium and often need to dramatically ramp up power draw to hit peak frequencies. And the 14900KS seems like it will continue that trend with an impressive 6.2 GHz peak turbo clock and a much less impressive 410 watt power draw, at least according to results from the OCCT benchmark database that were discovered and published by BenchLeaks. Even premium 360mm and 420mm all-in-one coolers struggle to keep up with the 14900K non-super, so you might want to consider a water chiller or moving your gaming setup to the frozen tundra of the Great White North if you're at all interested in upgrading to this CPU. No word on pricing either, but if rumors are true, it should be available for sale in mid-March. We saved tech briefs for the end of the show because, let's face it, sometimes it's embarrassing to have them right out there on display for everyone. But if you're feeling self-conscious, never fear, because these stories are embarrassing for pretty much everyone involved. NVIDIA has been riding high on their CUDA platform for a long time, but at last, AMD Radeon users can get in on the action too, thanks to Zluda, which is available in open source format as of Monday and functions as a drop-in CUDA implementation, allowing you to run unmodified CUDA apps on Radeon GPUs. There's a bit of backstory, since Zluda started as an Intel project built on the Intel 1 API Level 0, LZ, ZL, Zluda, but the Intel dev for the project was contracted by AMD to continue it in 2022 after leaving Intel and adapt it for Radeon hardware. AMD has decided not to release the software themselves, but instead gave the dev a window to release it as open source, which was likely done to skirt legal repercussions. But the upshot is that it works on Windows and Linux. Benchmarks show good performance, even better than AMD's native ROCm solution for stuff like Blender, which is interesting. So if you have a Radeon GPU and you want to do CUDA stuff with it, head on over to GitHub and try out Zluda. AMD's Ryzen 8000 APUs are already out, but according to Twitter leaker Harukaze5719, they will have new 35-watt TDP versions available soon, too. That's 30 watts less than the likes of the 65-watt 8700G, with power saved primarily thanks to reduced clock speeds, which of course reduces performance. This info was revealed in the notes for some recent ASUS BIOS updates, and while there is likely a small subset of potential Ryzen 8000G APU buyers who would be interested in lower TDP versions, you should also keep in mind that these will probably be OEM only, so you'd need to buy pre-built to get your hands on one. Microsoft is apparently embarrassed enough about people running Windows on older hardware that they're making requirements for the dubiously named Windows 24H2 even more stringent than before. And these won't be annoying requirements that can be worked around. It's a show-stopping error based on the hardware you're using. Pop cunt isn't just shorthand for what percentage of Australia's population is composed of douchebags, it's actually short for the population count instruction. And if your CPU isn't compatible with specific SSE4 instruction sets, then Windows 24H2 will simply refuse to install. That means no new Windows for mid-2000s Intel Core 2 Duo-based PCs, as well as earlier Athlon 64 systems. Probably isn't that big of a deal, to be honest. On the flip side, though, the update is also promising some functionally useful features like automatic super resolution with AI enhancement, of course, which probably won't be the only AI-boosted thing that Windows integrates, but using upscaling to improve performance on older hardware, as long as it's not pre-mid-2000s CPUs, of course, and enhance the PC gaming experience in general, makes me cautiously optimistic about the potential for automatic super resolution. AMD's biggest embarrassment in 2023 was probably the rollout of Anti-Lag Plus, the driver-level latency reduction tool that triggered anti-cheat bans for quite a few gamers after its debut back in September. But according to AMD's Frank Azor, they will be bringing it back soon, asterisk, but hopefully they won't be rushing it out this time. AMD did seem to take their time with Wednesday's disclosure of fixes for Zen-based CPU vulnerabilities, which includes 4 new ones, as well as cumulative updates for the dramatically named Zenbleed vulnerabilities from 2023. The 4 newly discovered vulnerabilities require an AGESA microcode update to patch, and for the bulk of consumer AM4 CPUs, that is now version 1.2.0c. So it is good that there are fixes out now, but it is also up to your motherboard's manufacturer to issue a BIOS update that includes the new AGESA code, and support for some aging 300, 400, and even 500 series AM4 boards is lagging behind. So you should update your BIOS if you can, and if you can't, then you should compose a strongly worded letter to your motherboard manufacturer telling them to get on the ball, issue some newly updated BIOSes. Intel was embarrassed this week too by the Spec Group, who called out Team Blue and bulk canceled 2,600 sets of benchmark results achieved using their software suite, primarily for Intel Sapphire Rapids processors tested in 2022. Intel apparently optimized their compiler specifically for the Spec CPU 2017 benchmark that's used to test high-end servers, data centers, and workstations, resulting in a 9% improvement that was not borne out in real-world testing. It's not the first time this has happened, but it is disappointing that Intel would feel the need to take such an action to attempt to boost the appeal of their server hardware. When asked for comment, AMD described the situation as an epic fail. Because AMD processors are called epic. We don't use that too much. Finally, we showed you pink strawberry scented thermal paste last week, and apparently it looked so delicious that feasting on thermal paste and thermal pads is becoming a thing. Or at least it is for a Redditor who goes by Aegis_Carol, who posted over on the PC Master Race subreddit about fire ants milling about in their PC case, going into and out of their GTX 1060 video card. This assembly revealed that the little buggers were actually chowing down on the card's memory thermal pads and the GPU's thermal paste, and they even returned for a second helping after Parole did a full alcohol cleaning and reassembly. Fire ants are already fearsome enough, what with their ability to breathe fire and all, so I think we should especially avoid scented paste or anything that makes our PC hardware more delicious looking. Thank goodness they're not going for the SSDs. I don't even know how you deal with that many bugs in your software. That was a bad joke. I like this actual joke on Reddit better. What is this? Computer ants? Reddit always comes up with better jokes than I do. But there you have it, guys. Tech news for the week. And if you liked it, click that like button. Leave me a comment down below. While you're down there, all of the articles I talked about today are linked in the video's description if you're interested. And you can check out my store at paulshardware.net for high-quality merchandise, t-shirts, hoodies, beer sets, and more. Subscribing to my channel is always a good call too. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
I don't remember doing this.
Here's your birthday present.
I was doing How you will never be able to tell. What are we doing, Matt? We're buying stuff on Wish so that then later we can open it.
White Flame, come over here. Why are you so far?
Oh, what did you think we were doing?
Wow,
That sounds
what?
about right. So what are we getting?
Because you guys
Alright,
put
we're
that
just gonna
distance
see where
between
Snake
us.
is. Yeah, here's a comb with a knife in it. So this is the tactical hidden disguised hair comb brush combat fixed blade self defense knife tool. Gonna add one of those. Yep. This is gonna be fun. Pink, black, or USA flag? USA flag. Is that even a question? It's in the card. Estimated delivery January 23rd to 26th. I guess that's a good item if you need to sneak a weapon into a barber shop. Like, I brought my own. I should have bought my wedding ring on Wish. Is that a wedding ring for $1? Yeah. That's bigger than the ring I got with me, and it's $1.03. Well, it's not too late, get it. You can propose again. Renee? Oh, it's $2 now. Size 7 brought it up to $2.20. Is that okay? I think we do it. Okay. Alright. Wedding ring. You haven't even made it past the first. Like, it said, here's 8 ideas for you. These are great items. They also have a, what is it, the Queen's watch? That's a crazy watch. You need to see this watch, actually. Here, I'm gonna turn it around. Do you guys want one for yourself? Oh, yeah, I want one. Alright. Oh, the silver and blue is ethereal. I'm gonna add it to the card and remind me when we get my head, then I'll pump the number up.
I'm gonna go craft you guys instead.
We get pages, and they do have a lot of pages. You can try it and see how hard it hurts. The brass knuckles? Brass knuckle stun gun. Get it? That's fucking cool. It's $15 and it's... Wait, 1.1 million volts? There's no way. Hold on, turn this around. There's no shot. That just instantly kill you. You punch somebody and they explode.
If you come true, you could probably top me.
We get it and see if we can punch something and turn it on. Like punch an outlet or something. Not like an outlet, like running with a plug. Oh, I'm looking up how many volts is fatal. 5,000 volts is fatal. There's just 0 shot. Do we want to get the world's brightest flashlight? Yeah, and then we can stun like a burglar. Before we hit them with lined up in the shock them with 1,000,000 volts. This is 18,000. 18,000. Yeah, we're going 18,000 lumens. Wait, this one has 100,000 lumens? Get them and we can compare. They're the same price. You think you can get like a tuxedo or something on Wish? Oh, good idea. How much are they? Yeah. The sun is 127,000. You want to see? So this just has to be blatant lies, right? There's no way it's real. Do you want these suits? Give me the gold one. And then you can have Rainbow Road. What is that? Jock Mail men's harness shoulder strap muscle trainer. I don't know how does it train your muscles? That's what we gotta find out. Get it? Alright, what size do you want? Give me small, medium. That's 5. Ooh, that lets you listen through walls.
The hero you didn't know you needed.
You want the basic version or the basic version? The basic version. Perfect.
We made it to top 3. Let's go, boys.
Is that not a bubble? It is kind of a bubble. Wait, they have a bubble on his penis. Holy shit! It's a hidden pussy!
You know, 2 are in that tower building area. So there's a bunch of things here.
Give me style A. Here's style A. This is just like we're playing Baldur's Gate.
Think any of that shit, let's go. There's also, you like that little... You like that thing?
Does an uncircumcised penis feel better during sex? Why is that on the picture? I don't know, but I have to try this now. Do you want 1 piece or 2 piece? Give me 1. But this is going to be hard to measure when it gets here because I'm also excuse myself. Yeah, you can just use them for... Oh, we have the spy cam. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you should see if there's any knockoff Charlie merch on there. Oh, yeah, that's been nice. Oh, wait, actually, this is for me. Give me an auto blow right there. The vacuum suck or the 100 degrees Fahrenheit?
Red shield.
Or the 1,000,000 volt one. This has tin thrusting and vibrating. It's got a 1-star review. I don't know who wants to see. Can you look at how many reviews? This one's got
decent. Yeah, this one's vacuum suck. The one click for an orgasm?
I mean, how could you, that's just
On me, I mean.
You need like go on to Alibaba and stuff too to get some electronics.
Yeah, dude. I told you all the want to see Alibaba.
Hit red shield guy.
You guys should get like microphones and like a mixer, and we should use the audio equipment from Wish to record you guys.
Get the
Yeah, like a camera as well. We should do it entirely on Wish equipment. Use the Wish.
And then, Danny, do you think you can make a good video using this?
Giving my shields a recharge.
Sports cam helmet bike. Get it. Let's see what happens.
Alright.
It's like $8.
$8. Glasses.
Like camera glasses.
Oh, yeah. There's only 10 left, so we gotta be quick and get these to it.
Jerome.
This has 5,000 in.
Oh wow.
Wait, no way I'm leaving this area right here.
AK2B or a dual AK?
In a chance in hell.
I mean, 3 is more than 2.
That's true.
Does the 2B one stream straight to 2B? Like, what do you
Does this work for audio?
Yeah,
I have one too.
I have one as well. It's expensive.
Oh, here's a one. Oh, yeah. For $42. Video recording.
Yeah, let's get it. HD voice.
Yeah, that's it. Let's just grab that. Yeah, it's got a.
That's perfect. You want 8 gigs or? You also pay enough.
You know what? Chase loves Sonic. Is Sonic your favorite character?
You got him a Sonic costume.
Yeah.
Give me like some shoes.
Oh my god, there's so much cool shit you just left behind, but also get him this costume for Tails. Yes! Chase, do you think you can squeeze into this? What size do you think you are? Small, medium, or large? Everybody. Okay, give me that. Okay. It's beautiful.
Hostile, right here.
Alright. Do you need a mask? Oh wait, you could be Kevin Love mask down here for them. Yeah, hold on. Wait, this is so fire. Oh my god. Sweet, Matt, you can look at your new identity.
It actually just won't let me change.
Oh wait, no, maybe number 1. Maybe number 1's the one.
Let's get a number 1.
Did the
Pay attention, some of us aren't inside the ring.
Oh, it's huge. You want it? Where's that too much?
You're in hostiles in this direction.
That's $400. It's like half of it.
Cracked an enemy.
Sorry.
Got company out there.
Yeah, do that. I won't slide. Oh, they have little tech assistants. Wait, they have the caddy robot. I saw this video on this guy a while back. You want him? Let me see him. What's he do?
About the Frankie stuff.
Yeah.
We have any
Close proximity.
Oh, painless, knocking at the door.
Do you want a super robot?
It's just a straight up oh, that's yeah. Drinking out of a tank shell. Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you guys. Yeah, wait, crazy bitch, love me or hate me.
I'm dropping my ultimate for you guys behind you. I can't pick that up. There's shit in there, I bet.
Rings around the corner, 10 left.
So I'm not moving from this spot.
It comes in only one size. We'll see who it goes. So get me the 4-wheel roller skates and see if I can bust my ass. Why is that? This to attach to your shoes. The sneaker attachment. Oh, that is it. Yeah. No, I want the stuff. Oh my god. Why like that? No, get him the gun. Fortune. I'm telling you. Fortune to change that. What the? Which color is it?
My shields are recharged.
How about if you want to use actions on fire, yeah, that's one. It's a big 40 inch. 40 inch. It's just a fast. Oh my god. But you were hard. I have a hard chain right here.
Yeah, there's like 8 of them.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, that's lame. Oh. Sure, people are ready.
And they get married in
Better to have friends at your side than at
for
your
50 months. Let me go. Good size. You can definitely not make single 47. Give me a size 47. I should just get my wedding shoes on. Those are actually really good. US 13. You okay if I buy my wedding shoe? No. It's just a scratch. Well, there's this. Touch that first. You can't show the. It looks like a thumb from Spike. It's one of Fluke's Flukelys. We can pick the cup sauce. Come hard, come longer, come more. Yeah, give me one of those. Cool. So here's what we do. We take that and then we use the vacuum soak. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But do you want to die, Chelsea?
That's just how I smoke it.
It's a ventilator. But it's just. Sure.
We're in this together.
Seems like
Whoever the hell you are, fence them out.
Oh, where is the other phone? Maybe something wrong with his phone dog. Yeah. Maybe a tablet. Yeah, maybe a phone. Oh. Voice King, the voice is loud and clear. Yeah, click. Yes. Unlock, flip into old man's phone, dual SIM touch screen. Oh, look at.
Okay, we're done on that one.
Hello everyone! I am super glad to be back with the one and only Pirate Software!
Nice to meet you finally. Thank you very much.
Oh, nice to meet you too, Pirate. Thank you for all the kind words and everything. So you are nominated for software and development category, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Software and game development's finally a category at Twitch, and now it's up there at the Streamer Awards. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Can you kind of describe like what you like to do on stream and what you like to show off for the software aspect?
So a lot of what I actually do on stream is try to get other people into the gaming industry, because it's so hard to enter the gaming industry. It's so hard to get advice of, you know, what can I do to go make games? And many people think, well, I need all of these years of experience before anyone's going to hire me, and it's not the case. You can go make games now easier than any other time in history. So, like, now it's easy to do, and you should go and try it, for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I hear this is your first Streamer Awards. Is there anything you're excited or looking forward to tonight?
Oh, honestly, I'm excited to meet everybody. It's going to be fantastic, because it's so hard to meet people when you're streaming all the time. It's hard to meet people when you're, like, you know, online, and you never really know what it's going to be like, and then you finally get an event like this, and you get to meet everybody and hang out and see how everybody is, and it's great. Yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah.
Is there anyone in particular you're most excited to meet?
I was excited to meet Cardboard Cowboy, but he's not going to be here tonight. Yeah, unfortunately. But no, honestly, I'm excited to meet Maya. I'm excited to meet you as well, and it's just going to be really nice. So yeah.
Yay! Glad to hear it. And then I have another question. Did you eat breakfast today?
I did. Yeah.
Ooh, what'd you eat?
I actually had a ham sandwich for breakfast. Yeah.
Oh, delicious and nutritious. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you, Pirate Software, for being here, and I'm excited to see your what's it called? The award. Yes. Thank you. Nice to meet you. And we will hand it off to more red carpet interviews. Hello, everyone. I'm Extra Emily, and I am so excited to be a red carpet host for this year's Streamer Awards. Thank you, Cootie, for having me. And thank you to our first lovely guests on the red carpet. We have Shonda Black here and Gremlo. How are you guys feeling tonight?
I'm feeling fantastic. Thank you. Really happy to be here.
Oh, love to hear it. So, Sean, you were nominated for Hidden Gem. Is that right? Awesome. Can you give a little brief lowdown of like your content, what you like to do?
Alright, so I call myself a true variety streamer. I do like a little bit of everything. We do a little bit of coding with chat. We do a little bit of talks about like anime, Saturday morning cartoons, stuff like that. We do gaming. We play a little bit of Valorant. We do a little bit of everything here.
What? That's awesome. And Gremlo, how about you? What do you like to stream?
I'm a variety streamer. I cover current events, stuff like that.
Okay, that's so great. Is there anyone that you're excited to meet tonight, Sean and Gremlo?
Okay, first Hassan probably. Hassan has always been like a huge inspiration. He's a big push for me momentum-wise for my growth. That, and then I say probably Pokey. Yeah.
Queen Pokey, of course. Grimlow, and you?
Well, I'd really like to meet someone who's really been pushing forward ginger rights advocacy, and I want to meet Will Neff.
Oh, well, good for you. He's right over there. So maybe after this, you can be like, hey, Will, that's awesome. And can you describe the energy of the room right now? Like, how are you feeling? Like, what emotions are going through you?
Very, like, starstruck, right? Because I see people that I've been watching, like, forever. Like, I've been a huge fan of Extra Emily specifically. Like...
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, IRL content, great, amazing. But, like, it's been very much, like, very professional. I like it. It kind of makes you feel like you made it, you know?
That's awesome. How about you, Grimlow?
I'm actually just kind of in awe of what Cutie's been able to put together. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And my last question is, what is your current favorite song to put on loop?
Oh, that's a good question. Dreams of Nightmare by Meek Mill. Easy. That's number one.
Junko Ohashi's Telephone.
I'll put those on my playlist. Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you, Grimlow, for the interview, and I'm excited to see you inside. And good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Map shows we're spread out a lot.
Hello. It's me, Mark. Obviously, I'm here. It's good. I'm not that excited. I'm excited. But I'm not. But I am. I don't know. I forgot to say that I still haven't picked up my bags, so I can't wait to wait in that line. But alcohol. I wonder if I take this. Would it be a problem? What is this? Tennessee whiskey. Oh, I found a beer cup. What's that? Oh, Jägermeister? Hello, this is Future Mar doing a voiceover. Welcome to the TwitchCon vlog. There was a lot of people, which is not surprising. And a car was running over and just ran into all this cacti. And sorry to the guy who's already back. I recorded on accident. I wanted to show the TwitchCon sign so that there we go. Yeah. They had this super huge mega keyboard and it was so cool. So then I almost ran into another girl, so they had so many of these like wheels and slot machines, but they had only one slot machine. But this is Strays, he's trying to get the highest prize, which is 500 bets, and for some reason he has like insane luck with this type of stuff. I didn't want him to win, but this is only had a 3-hour subathon, and here I am just meh, whatever. And then there was this kid just in his straight jacket rolling around. I don't know, people are guys, it's you. That was pretty much day one. It was super duper fun. I met so many people. They were all really sweet and I hope to see them again. I didn't really record much of TwitchCon. I know, I'm sorry, but I was really scared. I didn't want to just shove a camera in people's face first time meeting them, so, but don't worry, next TwitchCon 2024, I will record so much. Day 2 is pretty much the same, just walked around, you know, met more people, went to all the booths, bought stuff. It was really cool. I enjoyed it. But day 3 was the day that I got to meet Liz, and it was super fun and adventurous. We came with nothing. We had to work with what we had, which was only my camera, which I hadn't, you know, fixed all the settings that I needed to fix, so if the audio is a little soft, if it seems, if it appears that our faces look like it's blurred to the gods, I'm sorry. I didn't know that my camera had that looking feature, so yeah, but enjoy.
You want to play the Could take us a while to get there.
My turn.
Hello. Oh, I met Mark. He's holding the camera right now. Watch as I turn the camera, and I show you Mark. That's actually Mark.
Ugh. It makes me lose my appetite. No? Oh yeah.
Who you met?
Who have I met? I met Britt, I met E-Rob, I met Bonnie, I met Emily, I met Wade, I met Sinak. I'm not the big OTK money who handles all of them.
Yeah, it handles all the money that you had. Is he in Switzerland? Probably some schizo who thinks he manages all the OTK money. You don't have any money.
You guys want to tower out?
No. Do you think I made any money on school? So are my viewers. You're the definition of a misfit. You're a girl.
That's it. That's where it ends. Hold on. There's two girls.
Let's go over there.
Yeah, one of them's got my
That's it. That's where it ends. Hold on. There's two girls in here.
Yeah, one of them's got my Stacy. She called one of my viewers a fat plant.
You're not. They're not. They're actually looking for it now.
What's I do?
Yeah, like, when I started watching, you were.
I was.
And I just kind of stopped watching throughout.
You came back when I was skinny and canceled.
Which streamers?
Do you like being a streamer?
Yeah. I never thought about it. I mean,
Do you have anxiety when the camera's on?
well, I'm pretty good with the camera.
You are good with the camera.
Yeah, there's two teams out there.
You trusted that person to be crazy, man.
I still can't believe that stream when you said that you were going to do cooking streams and a bunch of other crap. You didn't get anything.
I'm so excited to do cooking streams. I'm finally back in my kitchen and like back in the kitchen where I belong.
Really? Cool in person.
Yeah.
Like, what energy do I actually be telling me the truth?
You give this energy to on stream.
You just feel like I really hear you.
You're a lot. Okay. I don't know how to enunciate. You're a lot calmer than you are on stream.
Trinish Zero says, "Get over here, PLS."
I can. Alright, I'll try, but I'm gonna get fried on the way.
It's fine, whatever.
Yeah, now I have to find like 7 different people's shit.
Should I just yell?
Oh my god.
You get in there.
Even the video doesn't want to be ready. It's really weird to be here.
You're meeting people that I see on stream. I think they're a lot. No,
Stand up. Exactly. This is how tall I am. And this is how tall she is.
This is my height.
I told you.
It's great.
The people associate you with me all the time. What?
Okay, I wasn't nervous to be on school because I don't care if I look stupid. I was just nervous about what people were gonna say. A lot of your viewers don't like me.
Ooh. Why? See, you're reading hate comments. I never. When do people ever say? Yeah. What did he?
Wait, give me your phone.
I'm sure.
Okay, here you go. Why don't people ask me?
Do you want Marissa's signature as well? Thank you so much. Listen, Mara, I'm glad you made it. I think you're a good person. And you deserve it.
I'm not crazy. I could have been.
You should have been. You'd have more viewers. Hey.
Check shield for you.
Did you think that I was mischief?
You're not good.
I'm not eating Ross. What? You want money?
Hi.
Dude, thank you.
Oh.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Cool.
Dude, it sounds terrible. Dude, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you should use it to wipe your mouth.
You want to go to the drink convention?
Yes. Let's go.
We are here at the Dream, what is it?
Concert? Panel?
Dream panel. We're going to be watching Dream up close. Notice how the people over there have been awkwardly staring at me once in a while. It's because they're probably tweeting about us. Let's look. There, Matt. Hi. Hey, what's up? Is it possible for me to, do I just sit down?
You guys had ADA scheme?
Yeah. Welcome to theater.
Wow.
I think it went well. I was scared, honestly. When we first got here, it was like only 30% filled. To put that in the video, and then all of a sudden it started to get filled, and people came in.
What a bunch of yappers. Jeez. This guy was really cool. He let us go backstage. I had never been there before, and it was pretty awesome. Can't lie. That's boring.
Why?
Anyway.
I didn't know that I was actually.
So, look at all the fans. Look at all of them. So cool. I guess.
We are backstage right now at the Dream thing. And we are trying to find Dream. When was the first time you watched Dream?
We watched him for the first time in his first man versus manhunt.
Well, he's actually there's a manhunt going on for him right now on Twitter.
Yeah.
We are on a manhunt for Dream right now. The show starts in 10 minutes. You should be over here. I have a question. We are on a manhunt for Dream right now. The show starts in 10 minutes. You should be over here. Question. Do you guys know where Dream is? Is he here? Where is he?
And Roots.
Oh, he's in Root. He's not even here yet. Oh yeah, we're like 20 minutes early for the show. So we're an hour early. Oh, we're crazy. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say what's up to him, but if he's, we'll wait. We'll fuck around. Thanks. All right, well that was embarrassing. We just got told we're here an hour early for Dream's panel. We're cringe.
I feel like Jimmy
I'm videoing today. Just watching. I can go.
You are so
You're getting tweeted about.
It's true. I'm sitting next to. Yeah.
That guy left the other way.
Reckon we ought to land over there, darling.
This is actually kind of sad. It's empty. I guess we're all included in setting train right now.
Hold on to your knickers, darlings.
I was always afraid of standing here because I thought someone would shoot me.
Who cares enough?
Alright, well, that concludes our day. To go to a wedding. Oh shit! Yo, what up? Really? Yeah. Okay. We've never fucking properly met?
No. I saw you at the
It's awkward.
getting big. I saw
Recording.
So today, this concludes the great time of me meeting Mar. Mar, how awesome am I as a person on a scale of 1 to 10? But be honest. Like, you hung out with me, you've seen, you've heard. Wasn't I cool, actually?
Yeah, I'll be honest. You're not that bad. No, you're really. You make some good jokes. You know. Vlog part 2. Who knows when? Never.
Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. But yeah, that's it. We went to the Hall of Dream. We met Dream. What was that like?
He's really tall. He was gambling all night.
He was gambling all night. And he bragged about it.
He did.
But we left the hall because it was dead, and we got attacked on Twitter, so we left. We felt bullied. And then we kind of walked around with some people, and now we're outside. Now I gotta go to a wedding.
Be the best man. I'll be watching.
You're such a loser.
Bye. Supporting Canoe is being a loser.
You got me. Alright, that is the end of this vlog. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
The RTX 4090 may sort of already be obsolete. Let's talk about it. Before that, this video is brought to you by VIPCDKdeals.com. CDK Deals is a website dedicated to getting you the best prices on games and software, and right now you can get a Windows 10 Pro OEM key for an insanely low price. Just find the best price and apply my special discount code GPC20 for an additional 30% off. You can also check out securely with PayPal, and once the payment is cleared, you should get access to the code both in your account as well as in your email. In order to activate the new copy of Windows 10, just search Activate under Windows and type in your key. So if you want to learn more, be sure to click the link in the description below. Okay, so calling the RTX 4090 already obsolete might sound insane, but by the end of this video, I think you're gonna at least somewhat agree with me, and here's why. So yes, the RTX 4090 is an incredibly powerful graphics card. You can run any game you want at 4K, ultra settings, and you don't even need DLSS, at least most of the time. And with 24 gigabytes of VRAM, you're definitely going to be set in terms of textures and all that sort of stuff for a very long time. So if you buy an RTX 4090 today, you might expect that well into the future you are going to be able to run all your games at ultra settings and have them look absolutely incredible. But honestly, I don't think that's going to be the case for very long at all. And this all has to do with the RTX 50 series, which, by the way, according to leaks and rumors, could be happening in not that long this year. So yeah, we're not even that far away from the RTX 50 series launch, and the way that these cards are looking, it's seeming like they're going to completely change the way that we do graphics altogether. And this is something that we don't normally see. I mean, if you have a RTX 3080 Ti, that's great today still. A 2080 Ti, even just still very good today, and even a GTX 1080 Ti is still going strong, depending on the resolution and settings that you're using. So this is definitely not something that we typically see. Usually graphics cards will last quite a long time if you buy one with enough VRAM and also potentially a GPU that's maybe one of the most powerful in the generation. Yeah, you usually get a long time out of that card, but I honestly don't think that's going to be the case.
Yeah, I'm moving. I'm getting shot from the outside.
Because according to the latest leaks, the RTX 50 series is going to be doubling, maybe tripling down on ray tracing performance. And even if you're someone who's watching this right now who just doesn't care about ray tracing, I think you probably are going to care when these things start to come out, as I do believe that ray tracing in terms of the visual fidelity as well as performance is going to see a massive leap over what we have today, and likely going to be launching in basically every single game that comes out. And in fact, in many games, maybe not even an option to disable it anymore. I mean, we can already see in certain console games that they're shipping with ray tracing. I believe in a couple of them in all modes as well. So this is kind of already occurring, and I suspect that it's going to go even more into that direction, especially since the RTX 50 series, from all the leaks and rumors that I've been hearing, is likely going to be seeing upwards of over 2 times. In fact, I think the latest rumor was potentially 2.5 times the ray tracing performance of an RTX 4090, and even something like an RTX 5060 could be potentially giving us similar, if not more, ray tracing performance than an RTX 4090 today if these leaks and rumors turn out to be true. And I know many people will look at ray traced versus non-ray traced images today and go, you know what, there's not that much of a difference, and the performance impact simply isn't worth it. And I think you're right. I'm totally with you. I don't enable ray tracing in most of my games today, but I think that's going to change because with 2.5 times more performance, better denoising, and more, well, rays being traced, we can actually get an image that's not only far more performant, but also looks far better, far more detailed, better shadows, less noisy images, and overall an image that just is going to far surpass the regular images we're looking at today. And I do think this will occur with the RTX 50 series, likely launching this year, especially the RTX 5090. That is 2.5 times faster in terms of ray tracing than the RTX 4090, and potentially 60% faster than regular rasterization, as it's sounding like could be the case. No matter how fast the RTX 4090 is or how much VRAM it has, that's going to age like absolute milk. I mean, again, we're talking about a card that could be considered slower than potentially an RTX 5060 in less than a year. That is insane and something that we have never seen before. And believe me, NVIDIA is going to be pushing ray tracing, and developers will be doubling down on ray tracing in the future, because as we eventually fully move over to ray tracing, it actually makes for less work for the developers, as they no longer have to handcraft lighting situations. They can just enable a toggle and everything will look as intended. Everybody wants to move to ray tracing because not only can it look better, but it's going to simplify the process of creating games as well. So this is why I'm telling you, if you're buying an RTX 4090 today, don't be surprised if within less than a year, all of a sudden, there will be games coming out where your card is not considered that fast anymore, if these leaks and rumors are to be believed. And that's the question. Will the RTX 5090 really be 2.5 times faster in ray tracing than the 4090? And that's something that I can't totally answer, but if I was to guess, I would say, at least in some select scenarios, you may actually see close to 2 times the performance. And this is something that we absolutely need if ray tracing is to take off, and it sounds like all the leaks and rumors that NVIDIA is really doubling down on. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to drop a like.
Why did you guys go running in there like fucking...
And NVIDIA release new GPUs. Also, if you want to see more, check out one of these related videos.
We'll go try and craft you.
Disappointed.
Listen up, the ring's moving. Battery low. Charging battery. Care package being delivered. You hear that? There's a care package coming down. Crafton, hold up now.
Hey. Hey, congrats on beating Elden Ring. That's big. That's a big moment. You streaming till the awards? Yeah. We'll be streaming till the awards and then the awards.
Picked up a teammate's banner. Don't worry, I got a squad mate's banner.
Thanks, Horror. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks to the resub. Mohiru. Colleen Ballinger came back. Yeah, that was like months ago. Let's resub Shrink in the membership sky.
Respawn beacon over there.
Thanks to Brian sub.
Good thing I'm inside the ring.
You allowed to stream the award show? Yeah, QT said I could since I can't make it out there due to a fear of flying and no one wanting to road trip 28 hours.
Replicator on its way
Thanks, Recent
down.
Commander. Those are the most I can participate in it. One day, though, I'm still hoping there's going to be like this big global event where all of the continents get closer, like shrink, and we get like a new Pangea so I can drive everywhere I need to, and it's not as long as a drive. Any day now that's happening, I feel it. Hope you enjoy it,
45
Lynn.
until ring close. It's near. Easy.
Just wait for the teleport tech. That too. Whatever comes first, Pangea, the sequel, or teleportation.
30 seconds.
Either one would be fantastic. Here's a resub, Asuka. And yeah, I saw that arrow. That was like all over Twitter yesterday. I saw the power washing thing. Any expectations for the upcoming Craven the Hunter? Do you think it'll be any better than Madam Web? I think it'll be bad, but I don't think it'll be as bad as Madam Web. Hope you enjoyed the game, Kamui. What was the plan for the awards? Shoot the shit, go over some stories, and then when Moist Esports is up watching Moist Esports, because we're also on Smash 10, it's Genesis.
God damn it!
Username.
Why even get you up?
That's sweet, thanks, Toaster.
How did this even get added to my fucking watch later? There's no way. There's no fucking way.
Wait here. What is it, Freddy?
Round 4. Beginning ring countdown. Attention. Delivering replicator.
Replicator coming down.
What is happening right now? How is this guy still alive? Yeah, it's enough of that.
So, tonight I have quite an eclectic set of subjects to go through with you all, ranging from an analysis of the recent Xbox business update to some updates on Intel's Battlemage development. But first I actually want to get right to a leak that has to do with upcoming RDNA 4 and more so NVIDIA Blackwell products. So let's not waste any time. If I put these quotes on screen here, all of this got started when an AIB contact of mine told me that they were just informed by NVIDIA that they are considering mandating that all of their graphics cards next gen utilize the PCIe 6.0 16-pin connector, the Gen 6 connector, to replace what they're using now with Lovelace. That is backwards compatible, though, of course. And that might even include all the way down to the 5060 or lower if they bother to launch a 5050. Now, the big deal about this, of course, isn't that NVIDIA would keep sticking to this 16-pin strategy for their power connectors. No, it would be that they would actually mandate
Scrappy
it for
DP says,
everybody to use
I
it
crafted
on
you.
every model in the lineup.
Scrappy
maybe
DP
even to
says,
the 5060
you die.
or lower. As I think this is worth emphasizing right now, there are models in the Lovelace lineup that do not use the 16-pin power connector, especially near the lower end of the Lovelace lineup. I mean, you can even find 4070s still being sold by Dell that use an 8-pin power connector, and these have to be improved by NVIDIA. AIBs submit their designs to NVIDIA, and if NVIDIA so chooses, they can reject the connector that graphics card utilizes. And so it sounds like NVIDIA is considering, although I don't think the final decision is 100% here, but it sounds like NVIDIA is considering just mandating it up and down the stack. And in fact, I reached out to one of my contacts at a major OEM who told me that on the desktop side of things, this person rarely knows a lot, but from what they have heard, it does sound like they are preparing to stock.
Okay, I see something out there. There's one squad to beat. Let's do it now, but you got no friends left.
Nobody has mentioned Radeon requiring these powers.
You never got me back.
Somebody from NVIDIA
Now they're gonna be coming on your back.
This is crazy at all. That while they cannot confirm what final
You like the
they think it
ex-girlfriend.
makes complete sense that they would finally stick the 16-pin connectors on everything that has an NVIDIA sticker on it, and that's because it saves them money on bombs, sourcing, and frankly, this person said very unapologetically, look, if you have an outdated power supply, go to Amazon and buy a converter. We don't want this to be our problem anymore. Now, then, someone at AMD got back to me and told
What's
me
he
that
doing?
they had briefly considered moving to the 12VH power
lose
years ago. And I do believe this is something I talked about in Broken Sale content video. But again, literally years ago, this was considered before RD Maker was ever out. This person told me that what they remember is they decided it was an unnecessary new standard with almost no benefit, and that as far as this person is aware, nothing has changed in that regard. And actually, right before I started recording, somebody at Intel got back to me and said that as far as they have seen, there are no Battle Mage test boards with anything but 6 pins and 8 pins, and they've never heard any discussion to use 12VH power. And then, well, then I learned something I didn't intend to learn this week, but this happens sometimes when you're digging with one of your contacts. This person told me that the last time the test boards for Battle Mage were updated was April of 2023, meaning that there doesn't seem to be super active development going on in testing right now, that whatever testing work they did back then seems to have stalled, and that also some documentation they looked at this week suggested that final Battle Mage validation is targeting Q4 at the earliest, and there were direct references to Q1 2025 as the final deadline. Remember, once something is validated, it then takes 1 to 3 months to actually come out, meaning that, no, despite the fake rumors out there coming from the usual outlets who overhype and underdeliver on everything they make up, there is no evidence from any of my contacts that Battle Mage is coming out soon, and we will be lucky to see it come out even this year, if ever at all. And I've already leaked, remember, that the laptop variants of Battle Mage are canceled, so it really is not looking good there. And, you know, again, speaking of fake leakers out there, that I've seen some headlines out there suggesting there's some 4090 Ti and that we're going to see Blackwell delayed. Nobody is saying that. Everyone is saying Blackwell is coming out this year. I believe that is the 5090. Do not wait for a 4090 Ti. And do not buy now thinking that Blackwell will not be here within about 10 months. It will be. But anyways, so getting back onto the main story here of 16-pin connectors for NVIDIA and no 16 pins for AMD or even Intel into the foreseeable future, I want to start talking about why NVIDIA would double down on this standard and why AMD wouldn't. And then I want to get into analyzing the messaging in Xbox's business update that came out this week. But first, an ad from a sponsor. My pets love watching me cook, but that's really all they're doing. They're just watching me. They're not doing anything useful most of the time. And that's really the same as your PC. Yeah, you might love using it to play games or render or model things, but all...
I don't think of myself as the best. Just all of you is the worst. Fancy that.
Yesterday, Charlotte Cowles, who writes a bi-weekly financial advice column, and it's so important that you know that she does this, and she does it for the New York Times business section. She gave some unusual advice. Don't fall for a goofy $50,000 scam, just like she did. Now, she wrote a very long article explaining why she gave all that money, which was more than half of her savings account, to scammers. Cowles was contacted by someone allegedly from Amazon who stated that $8,000 in MacBooks and iPads had been purchased in business accounts bearing Cowles' name. It's so important to note that she checked her Amazon account, saw no purchases. She checked all of her credit cards and her debit accounts, all of her checking accounts, no money taken out, no money missing. But she didn't hang up the phone and register that this was a scam. She kept talking, and the person from Amazon was supposedly going to refer her to a Victims of Identity Theft liaison at the Federal Trade Commission. She patched her over to this other scammer who's supposedly with the FTC. His name is Calvin Mitchell. I'm sure that's not his real name. But he read to her her name, her address, her birthday, and her social security number, which, I hate to break it to you, almost all of you watching, a portion, if not all of that information about you has been breached in data leaks, and some scammer out there has that information. But she wrote in her article, Mitchell told me that 22 bank accounts, 9 vehicles, 4 properties were registered to my name. The bank accounts had wired more than $3 million overseas, mostly to Jamaica and Iraq. Now, at this point, you think that as someone who gives financial advice for a living in the New York Times would say, let me check my credit report. Let me check my credit score if there's been anything flagged. See that nothing has been flagged because all of this is complete BS, and hang up the phone. But she doesn't do that. She just continues to listen to the scammer espouse outlandish nonsense, such as a home in New Mexico had been raided and authorities found more drugs, cash, and bank statements registered to my name and social security number. He texted me a drug bust photo, bags of pills, and money stacked on a table. And again, I've got to pause here. The liaison at the FTC texted you a picture of what should be crime scene evidence, and you thought, this sounds legit. Of course he would text it to me. Of course the police wouldn't come to my house. Some random guy over the phone would just text me a photo. I am losing my mind, and I've read the story like 3 times now, but going through this again, I am further descending into some chaos mentally. But she continued on. He told me that there were warrants out for my arrest in Maryland and Texas. Again, something you could check online. And that I was being charged with cyber crimes, money laundering, and drug trafficking. The FTC guy is telling her this. Not a cop. The FTC guy. And then he told her that she may have been hacked through airport Wi-Fi and instructed her, and this is the best part, not to tell anybody about what was happening, something that they would definitely do. And then he refers to her, of course he does, to a CIA agent. If that's how this works, who told her that the CIA would need to freeze all assets in her name, including her bank account, while the agency investigated her case. They wouldn't just freeze the accounts. No, he had to tell her they were going to freeze the accounts. I just feel you gotta be the dumbest person alive to still be on the phone with these people. But he then told her to take out $50,000 so she could get by for up to a year while this investigation is ongoing. She took out $50,000 and was instructed to deliver it to an undercover CIA officer in an SUV that pulled up to her house. And she did it. She went to the bank, took out $50,000, put it in a shoebox, and put it in the back seat of a vehicle and walked back inside. This woman gives financial advice for a living, and the entire gist of the piece was she was trying to justify to herself why she fell victim to this scam. She was essentially trying to, make it seem more normal. And she wrote this: I still don't believe that what happened to me could happen to anyone, but I'm starting to realize that I'm not uniquely fallible. I would disagree with that. She said, I have to accept that someone waged psychological warfare on me and I lost. For now, I just don't answer my phone. Girl, you could have started with that. Or at any time during this psychological warfare, you could have hung up and it would have been done. You could have just pressed end call and it would have been over with, and yet you were on the phone for hours and hours. Scammers! And also, I want to point out some stats because she provides these in her article, and they are true, but I want to give some context to them. Because again, in an attempt to like console herself, having gone through this, she writes, younger adults, Gen Z, millennials, and Gen X are 34% more likely to report losing money to fraud compared with those over 60, according to a recent report from the Federal Trade Commission. Another study found that well-educated people or those with good jobs were just as vulnerable to scams as everyone else. You're a financial advisor, lady, so you should hold yourself to a higher standard.
Careful, there's people under me.
Gen Z and millennials
people under
are
us.
more like, it's true that they fall victim to scams. Most of that fraud is crypto scams. It is rug pull crypto fraud. That makes up a majority of financial scams that people, I think, from 18 to 34 fall victim to. Not phone call scams, but also the statistics are likely to report being the victim of a scam, which I think that if it was just general data, if we could acquire that, who has been the victim of a scam, then I think you would see the data skew more that elderly people are being the victims of the scams. That's neither here nor there. My brain is melting out of my ears. Again, you could have just hung up the damn phone. I don't know, did this drive you guys as insane? It actually made me angry when I was reading this article.
No, I got a really important lesson out of it, which I'm going to get to in a minute.
Let's move.
First, that stat you quoted was from the FTC. How do we know it wasn't the guy who called her from the FTC that told her that stat? All right, so she not only writes the New York Times, but she's also featured in New York Magazine in the Cut section, which is very prestigious. She used to write at Politico. She went to Columbia. And I tell you that because it goes to the main point. We're told by people in power that the people in mainstream media are so smart. They're so far above us mere plebes, the masses. We can't understand things like why the politicians have to give all the money to corporations and to their donors. It takes this rocket scientist genius to figure out that that makes sense, but you silly little masses, you would never understand, right? And we're told that we need to obey all of these people in media because it's a meritocracy. They earned it, and they're the elites, and we should listen to them. And then you like look behind the curtain, you see someone like, oh my God, really? My money was sent to Iraq and Jamaica? If someone from the CIA is going to come in a car, well, then I better give him my $50,000. Jeez, Lord mercy. Okay, here's some telltale signs that you're getting scammed. They ask you to take out $50,000 from your bank account. Period. Done. Right. Don't. Exactly. Don't. Number two, you're in danger, but we didn't send any cops or anything like that. We're just calling you on the phone and just panicking the hell out of you, because that's what the authorities normally do, right? No.
And Amazon. It was Amazon. They called her initially. Like, they're the ones who are going to initiate this? Come on, girl.
Yeah, two more. Hello, I'm from the CIA. No, you're not. Okay.
Right, exactly.
Like, no one
calling me casually.
Yeah, no one from the CIA is calling you. Like, if someone from the CIA is going to call you, you already know. Okay? So it's not a thing that they do. Like, oh, hi there, I'm from the CIA. I've now decided to work inside America, which is, by the way, illegal. And I decided that I'm going to spend my time helping you anonymously. And that help is going to come in the form of taking your $50,000 in cash. Come on, lady. Come on, lady. And the number one telltale sign that you're getting hoodwinked is, now don't tell anyone,
Right, keep it secret.
Yeah, the minute somebody tells you now, don't tell anyone under any whatever the circumstances, they're trying to trick you. Okay, and you know how they got her to take the money out of the bank? They're like, now take the money out of the bank. But we hear one of the conspirators is at the bank, so don't tell them why. Okay, because if she tells them why she's taking the money out, they're gonna be like, lady, the guy from the CIA didn't call you, and your money's right here. It didn't go to Jamaica. What the hell are you talking about? So she listened to all that.
Well, you better hurry. You better hurry, because there's a team above here. They're shooting at me now.
She's apparently the most honest journalist in America.
I'm blowing past them before they can ever see me, get to me. Goodbye.
Okay. So I give her credit for honesty.
I'm trying to sit here and figure out what the hell she was high on when she did that, because it was like there was just stuff that just wasn't like dots weren't connecting. You know, I remember like this reminds me of scams like when Obama it was maybe right when Trump got in office, but there were like calls going around and texts going around and like Obama owes you like $2,000. Just got to send us $250 first, and then we can send it to you, type of thing. If it was the IRS who was sending out texts, like oh yeah, the IRS is just randomly sending me text messages. Go get this special debit card. I mean, yeah, everything about this was crazy. Like $3 million just gone from your account all of a sudden that you just owe. Like you don't think that you could probably get that back if you didn't actually spend it or some of it back, or like she just didn't think about it at all. And it had to have been like she was in a panic, like she was panicking, like oh my God. And you know for a fact when that dude got that box with those 50 G's. There's no way he thought he was going to make it that far. That had to have been one of the best days of his entire criminal life. Because, I mean, what type of success rate do you really have with that? And who has $50,000 except, like, old people? Like, and that's why a lot of old people get, you know, ripped off and scammed oftentimes. But, yeah, she probably could have kept this one to herself, especially given the fact that she's a financial advisor. It kind of discredits her greatly.
Yeah, gun to my head, I'm not admitting that it happened to me.
Right.
I'm taking this to my grave.
Like, where the 50 G's go? Like, oh, I got a gambling problem. Like, I lost it all on the 49ers.
That's more respectable. Way more respectable.
But again, I'm going to come back to the honesty. I'm finding the silver lining here. Because, you know, you think this just is a one-off, and you think it's just about finance? No, think about it, guys. Every political analyst on television and every one of them in mainstream media said that Hillary Clinton was going to win easy.
You are coming home with me tonight.
And by the way, a lot of them also thought that the Iraq War was a genius idea. So did all of those people ever come back and go, yeah, my bad? Turns out a war in the Middle East is hard. Nobody saw that coming, right? Oh, it turns out people don't like the establishment. Oh, man, color me surprised. By the way, to this day, they still don't get it. So the political pundits have been wrong way more than her almost every time in every major, like, established, big deal institution, right? They don't know what they're talking about. They're not the authorities of anything. If you enjoyed this video, that's because of our members. They make us independent, they make us strong, and they make us honest. Become a member today by hitting the join button below.
What's up, it's Chrissy here. Come spend the night in studio with me.
There's someone over there.
Welcome to Shibuya Scramble. There's a lot of people and a lot of crosswalks. So light goes green for people to walk, and then there's no cars and people are just the scramble, like eggs. This is a celebratory statue. All dogs should have statues. They're all good boys.
Shield battery here.
We're already inside the next ring. There better be some.
Pick that respawn thing up and throw it down out there in the middle so that we can
and I'm
use it.
about to go in. I'm so excited because I've actually never been to a standing sushi bar
Don't
before.
take my
It's
tower.
first time, and I'm super hungry, so I'm so excited. His menu.
Shops open for business.
You dropped the tower?
Recommendation.
Mama's got you now.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Try and see if I can find my own record here in Power Records. You can find the lot. Maybe 6-4. If we could find it, it's a special Japanese edition that has 2 additional songs on it. If we're anywhere, we'll be.
Where are they shooting at you from?
I got it! When I landed in Tokyo, I went into the arcade that was close to the venue, and I got 2 little like stubbies in one, claw grab. So I think I marked down and see if I can win something else. It looks really easy, but I have a feeling it's not.
My tower, get your heel right here, buddy.
And then I have to try one back. How would I set up for that? I think we go behind the edge, maybe. First try. I'll name it after whoever's top frags on the winning team at the upper final. We've been walking around for a while, and I am starving, so let's get some lunch. The place looks so good. Oh, ramen and stewed pork and raw cabbage. Eating ramen is the ultimate ASMR food because you can
Saint Drip
Thanks for
says,
hanging out with me in
hold it
Shibuya.
down,
Now
brother.
I've got to get some sleep because we've got a show tomorrow. You there?
Xbox's business update that came out this week, but first an ad from a sponsor. My pets love watching me cook, but that's really all they're doing. They're just watching me. They're not doing anything useful most of the time. That's really the same as your PC. Yeah, you might love using it to play games or render or model things, but all that horsepower, most of the time, is probably not being used to do anything, just like my pet's one cooking, and well, that can change today if you just use the Salad app. This piece of content is brought to you by the Salad app, which is a free PC app that has computers, passive power, or your home bandwidth to work earning rewards. Micro, PayPal gift cards, Visa prepaid debit cards, and games and more. That's right, whether you have untapped bandwidth at your house via an internet connection that doesn't always need to be utilized on PC that ideally has an RTX 3060 or better, you can get rewarded for simply sharing your computing power or your with the rest of the world when you're not using it. When you're not using your PC or your internet connection to game or stream Netflix, start up the Salad app, become a salad chef, and cook up some rewards, and also cook up some support for this channel. Seriously, it's entirely free to click that link in the description and download the app. And if you do so, you can just use your gaming PC to earn rewards when you're not gaming, or your modeling, rendering PC. Any powerful hardware you have, including its internet connection, can be made much more useful. And again, if you go and click on that link in the description and download Salad, it helps this channel so much. So support yourself earning some rewards on the side, and support this channel by downloading the Salad app through the link in the description today. Alright, so back to the Gen 6 16-pin that so far it seems like only NVIDIA is interested in. The general feeling I get is that NVIDIA wants to move forward with this standard and the others don't for the following reasons. So first of all, this does simplify NVIDIA's supply chain, and this will be several revisions in. You know, before it was a little dangerous to bet the entire farm on a new standard. This is the basically third generation of this sort of connector, and I think NVIDIA thinks it's ready for prime time. And if it is, that means they only have to buy one goddamn connector for all of their products, and they're done. And they don't want to include adapters anymore, it really sounds like, either. And at this point, they know that power supplies will probably just eat the cost and supply a Gen 6 connector for their graphics cards moving forward, along with an 8-pin. A lot of these power supplies, especially for high-end products, they're modular power supplies, so they just expect someone like Corsair to throw in a 16-pin with the normal 8-pins to run other graphics cards, and they don't think there'll be much pushback. Now, the second reason NVIDIA would want to keep moving forward with this is that not only does it save them costs on sourcing the actual type of port itself, they don't have to source an 8-pin and a 6-pin, and then, no, it's just one 16-pin for everything. Well, it also saves them money and space for board design. All boards will use the same port. These ports are compact. That saves them money, even if it doesn't save anybody else who's constructing the PC money. Now, here's the other thing, though. I think this is the main thing. The third reason NVIDIA would want to go with the standardized 16-pin that supports ungodly amounts of energy through the port is for that reason, that they want to have the option, moving forward, if they ever need to pull the power consumption lever as hard as they need to break out a win from AMD. Because frankly,
I'm gonna just go craft you guys.
Really standardize on this overly powerful, I would argue, 16-pin connector, unless you know that someday you might want to have your enthusiast products.
You hot drop.
Watts of standard, high-end products be 450 watts of standard, and mid-range products even be over 300, maybe 350
Maybe they got to the door at the same time you
standard.
did.
And this was a plan NVIDIA had with Lovelace when they were worried about RDNA 3. We've seen emerge, this is well documented, that there are early test cards from NVIDIA that were targeting 600 watts by default for the 4090, and NVIDIA backtracked at the last minute because they realized it would look silly if they didn't need to do it to win. And so I think that's really the main thing. It's all of these things save NVIDIA money, all of these things simplify NVIDIA's supply chain, and all of these things, if they're standardized, allow NVIDIA, if they're ever threatened, to pull that power consumption lever ultra hard to never lose the performance credit.
Should I go over it? Oh, fuck, I ain't going that one.
What I'm talking about is one that I don't think AMD has any plans to pull on super hard in the near future, especially not the immediate future with RDNA 4. And this doubly applies to Intel Arc as well, that I don't see a whole lot of evidence will ever have a card over 300 watts, possibly. Like, literally, maybe ever. And so for these people who aren't NVIDIA, 8-pin really works fine. And actually works more than fine. It has been well known for a very long time that a well-built 8-pin can deliver over 200 watts of power. And these days, honestly, a well-built cable and 8-pin port can provide over 250 watts of power. When you combine 250 watts then with 75 watts from the PCIe Express, you can get to over 325 watts, and that's enough for a 7900 XT already. That's enough for 90% of graphics cards to just use an 8-pin, or at least 90% of AMD graphics cards. God knows what future NVIDIA cards may consume at the top end. So, actually, what I would say is, I really don't know why AMD, who is somebody who kind of pioneered using more energy over an 8-pin than you're supposed to, with the R9 295X2 that pulled over 500 watts at times from just 2 8-pins with zero issues. I don't know why they haven't pushed to officially have a standard for a high-quality version of 8-pins that AIBs can optionally use. I assume the reason that we saw, like, RDNA 3 cards use 3 8-pins for a lot of their models is to meet some sort of standard. I don't know why AMD's not pushing for a higher tier 8-pin standard when, even without the standard, it could clearly just be the de facto standard right now. I mean, if I was AMD, I would be pushing for a new certification for a higher wattage 8-pin that maybe has a safety factor of 1.2, which, by the way, that small safety factor of 1.2 is actually higher than what NVIDIA has been mandating with the safety factor of only 1.1, which, by the way, as a former engineer, that is a bullshit small safety factor. That is absolutely ridiculous. That explains why there's been so many issues with some cables and adapters with NVIDIA's 16-pin connector. It's because if you have any quality control issues, your safety, your margin of safety is just not very big. So I don't know why AMD hasn't pushed for maybe a smaller safety factor than what they have now, but still higher than what NVIDIA is doing at the 16-pin. And they just push for something that can supply at least around 300 watts before that safety factor, and therefore with the PCIe Express lane adding 75 watts to like 375 watts total. I think that would be more than enough for like 99% of graphics cards, and they could just say it's optional. They could say that IBC has got the new certification for a high quality 8-pin. Frankly, most of the 8-pins being manufactured right now are going to meet this standard. They just have to go through the certification. But even if you get the super cheap ones that can only meet 150 watt spec, you can use 3 of those. We're not going to tell you not to. Now you have this 8-pin standard right here that simplifies your board time almost as much as what NVIDIA's offering. We're not having really a lot of the headaches, and it can be compatible with basically all power supplies on the market right now. And yeah, I think a lot of people would really like that, who seem to still be scared to use the 16-bit connector if you look around online, and I just don't see why they're not doing that. And in fact, it would actually make AMD look really good. I'm sure one reason AMD doesn't want to use 16 pins is it would make them look like they're following the leader yet again. NVIDIA starts something and then they just follow suit. I think AMD doesn't want to do that unless it makes a ton of sense, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to them. Actually, the opposite applies to NVIDIA. NVIDIA's really made a big deal about these new power connectors. If they went back to 8 pins, they would look really silly. And so, yeah, that basically explains it. But speaking of silly, we have got to get to that Xbox business update. And I actually want to start with this clip.
What can we say about our stance around game preservation?
Compatibility, the ability to not only play the games, but my saves are still there with our cloud save systems to try to keep the services up as long as we can so that people can play, is a tenet of what we are as Xbox. It's at our foundation. And when we look at future hardware generations and what we're going to support, making sure that we respect, which is the word I use, respect the investments that people have made in Xbox going forward is fundamental. And the fact that you get entitlements when you buy a game from us on both Windows and Xbox also means you have the ability to play that game across a multitude of devices, which I think furthers the compatibility.
Honestly, the fact that they needed to dispel rumors that Microsoft was considering deleting your digital libraries, well, that tells me that the rumors out there must have been taking a particularly hateful and negative turn before this press conference was scheduled, because, well, I personally think that it's crazy to think that Xbox, even with how bad things might be going there right now, would delete your digital libraries. I just don't feel like that's something that was even close to happening. And what that tells me is there must have been some people just assuming the absolute worst case scenario could be confirmed this week when Microsoft did their business update for Xbox. Although, I guess I do have to say that maybe they did this because Microsoft did kill games for Windows Live when that business failed. And genuinely, I am someone who personally did lose some games that were tied to it that they refused to switch to the Steam version or something when some other deal was in place. And so, I guess if I'm being honest, though, I did lose some games to a Microsoft store that was deleted back a while ago. And so, never mind. That's probably why Microsoft felt the need to say this in their update, because I guess they had done that before. And I guess I just can't say honestly that I would feel as comfortable buying an Xbox Marketplace game as I would buying a Steam game and knowing that in 20 years it's still going to be there. But I do think it will be, and the seriousness to which they talked about that tells you that they're worried people are already doubting that. But ultimately, what really I believe this business update was about, or really, should I say, how it came together, it is obvious that at the top of Microsoft, some big shift, some big decision was made for the Xbox brand and push on Phil Spencer and his team. And then Phil threw this thing together to try and softly break the news to their fans, as softly as possible, that Xbox is about to change people. And it was actually interesting to me how many hollow statements there were like, I don't really think Xbox is changing, or Xbox really, if you think about it, has always meant this other thing to me, before they constantly said things that contradict that, which was emphasizing that Xbox is a platform and it is not really a console.
Xbox is a platform for creators who want to reach the most players. This has been a strategy that we've been on for, I'd say, a decade. It's not about one device. It's not about games in service of a device. Now we're one of the largest publishers on mobile platforms as well. And that's not something that we want to back away from. Play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want. We fully accepted that we're going to have Xbox players across all kinds of devices.
Things we do with our hardware and with our platform are all in service of making those games bigger. You're playing on a platform where you get to access Game Pass. And all of the games from our incredible range of studios will always launch in Game Pass day one. And you're playing on a platform that's dedicated to you.
And this sort of tender doublespeak, it reminds me of that cliche where a couple is getting divorced and they tell their kid, yeah, mommy's going to be spending more time away from home this month, but it's just a break. It's a break that's going to last 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 months, but it's just a break for now. No final decision has been made, but eventually mommy and daddy might be getting divorced, but if that happens, there will be 2 Christmases. That sort of tone, that's how this business update felt to me. Like they weren't willing to say exactly how bad it might get, but they are clearly saying things are changing, but don't worry about that now because it's not exactly happening tomorrow. And you know, in fact, in the latest podcast out of this channel, I actually hinted that I was just getting the feeling that clearly there was some metric or piece of data that the higher-ups at Microsoft had seen that was causing chaos behind the scenes for Team Xbox. And now that this press conference has happened this week, I actually do believe I know what that metric was. That's that Sarah, someone who was on that panel, admitted that Game Pass is at 34 million subscribers right now.
34 million Game Pass members.
Which, remember, Microsoft now includes Xbox Gold as Game Pass Core. So they added Xbox Gold numbers to Game Pass numbers. That means, look at where the numbers were. We were around 34 million. Xbox has not game day sub for 2 years. And if you look at the statements out of Phil Spencer and that big leak for when they were trying to buy Activision Blizzard, he directly said that their trend line needed to be way above this by 2024. And in fact, in a recent video I did, I projected the trend line that a lot of people said was too pessimistic. This trend line that was below what Phil Spencer said they needed. And I expected, based on that trend line of previous subscriber growth, that they would be at around 40 million people by now. They're not even at 40 million. They're not even above where they were 2 years ago. And I believe the higher-ups at Microsoft saw that and then said, Phil, whether you like it or not, things are going to change. And you can see them basically saying
One up top.
in the business update.
Me on behind, flanking.
The industry will struggle.
When you were talking about growth, it's just that we've sort of
On
seen this
Spike.
inversion over the last 5 years. Where it used to be that the platform was the biggest thing. And games would sort of tuck in within the platform. Today, big games like a Roblox or a Fortnite can actually be bigger than any one platform. We want to bring more of our games to more players. So we're going to continue to look at that.
People are playing on multiple devices. That is the reality. And we have put some games out on multiple platforms before. So my understanding is that that's been good for players. How does that come back to the business with all of that in mind?
4 games, no promise beyond that. So if you're on those other platforms and you see these 4 games coming, please don't take it as some signal that everything's coming. It's not. And we're going to learn.
And that last quote is very important. We are going to learn. Guys, this is obviously Microsoft executives telling Phil that they're going to, whether Phil likes it or not, put some games on other platforms. And if those sell well, they're going to learn. What are they going to learn? They're going to learn that this is now going to be
66 over.
Operation, that exclusives will become a thing of the past if these games they put on other platforms make more money on other platforms than they do from Xbox or Game Pass. And you know what? That's basically it. Those are the main takeaways.
Last player
really
standing.
digging into this update from Xbox and what it all means. and I'm not going to really bet on any of the big statements about performance or what they're going to announce. Like I've said, and I think every piece of content basically I've put out in the past few weeks, I think there's going to be another Xbox console, a true next-gen one. I just want to bet on when it will come out or what its performance will be. These companies always say it's going to be really powerful. You know, they always say it's going to be the best. And, I mean, heck, at the end of this year, maybe the new hardware update that they're going to announce is just a digital Series X. I don't know, but I'm not really that interested in talking about all that right now, as I do, from what I'm hearing, believe there's a lot of chaos at Xbox, and so I wouldn't double down on the decisions being made, because I think a lot of them are in flux, and when those further hardware decisions are made, hey, you can bet I'll talk about it in a future video. But that is going to do it for this one, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to hit the like button, to comment below for the algorithm, to share this. Sharing this is so important, and to make sure you're subscribed to Moore's Law YouTube channel. That does help videos get suggested. That does help the people I'm working with more likely to work with me.
You didn't get the plan off?
As well. I think half of you aren't subscribed. Trying to get those numbers up, and then also consider subscribing to the Moore's Law is Dead Patreon. You can discuss this with me on the Discord right after it, and thousands of other people. We'd love to have a civilized discussion with you about all this stuff. It is so often hard to have a civilized discussion with
Last player
online,
standing.
a lot of places on the internet. And you know, you'll also get access to hour-long die shrink videos that come out multiple times a month.
She's up above you to the right.
This one that came out about console and graphics card economics.
He
And
just
then
dropped.
Also, you know, you'll
Yes,
get
you're right.
access to
Now he's going for the spike.
questions for upcoming guests. NX Gamer will be the next guest from Moore's Law Dead. This person has a wealth of
job.
knowledge in both the console and the PC hardware space. And you can ask him questions about what he thinks about everything going on right now with Xbox, Nvidia, Intel, AMD, and so on and so forth. But you know what? No matter what, if you made it this far, thank you for watching.
Together.
Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and tonight is a script writing type of night, okay? I got 3 scripts in the work, Metal Gear Solid 2, which hopefully should be here. I'm hoping by the end of the goddamn month. I've got a creepypasta JVK1166Z, alright, that's a fun time. You ever heard creepypasta?
Down.
Woo! And then I've got a third one, which I'm just going to keep quiet for now, because honestly, it's the one that I'm most excited about. It's Linux related. Woo! I get to talk about it like a cultist! But you know what? Today's a video that I really didn't think I had to make. But it's a simple topic. Just call the police. Contact the cops. Contact the law enforcement when you got something serious to discuss. Now, as long as there's been a pretty wild video release lately. It's called To Catch a Kick Predator.
We should rotate. Let's go. 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 Let's go.
Now, this is a
Lit,
YouTuber
soldier.
that makes a lot of Omegle content. Pretty funny guy, awesome dude. But he ended up, you know, basically exposing, you know, somebody who was showing some rather underage people on Omegle through Kick. Now, since this video...
I got a mom with me. Let's go.
This guy, look, there's a lot of shenanigans that show up on Kick, but my God.
Oh, he's coming
30
in.
seconds left.
He had to go back to his own spot, though. Get in here, you planted. I'll wall it.
My ultimate is not ready.
Oh, motherfuck, sorry.
But really degenerate people over the internet.
We gotta go over there.
It's not entirely used to. It's actually a field that kind of
Smells ready.
I'm not necessarily Chris Hansen, okay? I'm not somebody that has made like a career out of hunting, you know, unsavory sites on the internet. So one of the things that has been basically happening to me, at least in the last 2-3 months, are a whole bunch of Twitter DMs, Reddit posts. Before my Reddit went insane, and yes, if you want to find out how insane that is, go to the Some Ordinary Gaming subreddit. It's a fucking shitheel right now. But before it turned into a trap house, ladies and gentlemen, it was filled with, you know, a few individuals who came out and said, yeah, guys, here's a diddler, here's the evidence, here's XYZ. Can Muta make a video? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I take a lot of viewer suggestion when it comes to making videos. In fact, a lot of my videos are usually viewer suggestions.
Watch and
Okay,
learn.
you guys bring me cool stuff to talk about. I come out with cool stuff. That's how things work. But generally, when it comes to like the most illegal shit on the internet, there is one rule that I really want to espouse all the time. Don't ever contact and tell a YouTuber that you should be doing law enforcement's job. Then we get what we call the Mama Max problem. You know, I already talked about that a month ago. Wasn't exactly ending pretty, and it never should end pretty. Simply because, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you a simple question. You see any badge on me? You think I'm a cop?
No charges.
No, dude, I'm a fat Linux gamer on the internet. Okay?
No charges.
That's how it works. You know, like sometimes the fire even though honestly that's an entire separate video right now. I've literally tried to make deep web browsing so many times for the last 3 weeks, but it's literally like trying to find the one nugget of good website in amongst like 99%
You will
illegal
not
stuff
kill
these
my
days,
ally
which
here.
is not good.
Your
But again,
duty
going
is
back to
not
the topic
over.
over here, there's been a lot of like
Last player
reports
standing.
honestly, you know, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be on Reddit, whether it be through email. Hell, I've had a few telegraphs come through email, and it's not exactly been something that I can ever really cover. Ladies and gentlemen, when covering unsavory characters on the internet, if you have something to report, I'm pretty sure it goes without saying, just contact the goddamn police. Have you ever heard of tips.fbi.gov/home? If you're in the United States, it's probably worthwhile going
Once
down
more
to the
into battle.
Internet Crime
I'm not
Complaint
tired.
Center,
Are
IC3, and just going through
Can
this
someone get
portal
this?
and reporting some serious unsavory types over here. Now, the reason why I recommend this is, unlike me, the boys and girls and everyone at the FBI, well, ladies and gentlemen, they have badges. They have the ability to subpoena records. They have the abilities to put handcuffs on people. You know what they can do? They can kick down an unsavory dude's door at 5 in the morning, put assault rifles up to their face, and send them off to a penitentiary within the same day. Before noon even. They pick up lunch right after they take down a sick, disgusting person. So yeah, that's pretty much kind of what I wanted to go at over here. It's been a weird trend, at least in the last several months. And I think a bit of it has to do with some of these like poker channels on the internet, where obviously people really enjoy watching some really sick, disgusting people being taken down. Obviously, I am one of them. I enjoy watching this kind of content. But at the end of the day, YouTubers are not exactly the type of people you should ever be going to firsthand when asking them to solve serious situations. Simply because no one here is actually trained or prepared for this kind of stuff anyways. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's not to say that there aren't YouTubers. I know plenty of people that I know work with law enforcement, but in general sense, it's not exactly how it works. Most people don't. So when you actually bring up a case to them, maybe they'll make a video out of it, but they'll probably end up...
You got two over there, I'm planting.
Which is why, at least for the last several months, weeks really, I've
One
basically
enemy
been responding
remaining.
and giving out this URL, like, hey, you got a problem? Go contact the FBI. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. But the sheer volume of these reports coming to me have been a little bit concerning. It's as if people don't really understand that we have entire departments that we pay taxes every year to handle this situation.
He's still with
And
me
if
over
I'm
here.
a little bit annoyed or maybe condescending about it, it's not necessarily the case. It's just ultimately I have seen kind of spike up lately.
Do not fight us.
And as much as I am somebody that likes to make content on subjects like this, it's one of the pillars of my content to look into that unsavory dark side of the internet. There is plenty of time to make content after something serious has basically been done. So yeah, this is kind of like a PSA to tell you guys, look, if you got something serious to give to me, just go to the goddamn police, okay? That's pretty much all the situation has to end up being. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mudahar, and if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you guys like it.
Tesla is the standard for electric cars. They sell everything from very luxury sedans with the Model S, cheaper versions of that with the Model 3, and now even trucks with the Cybertruck. They have no real competition in the US. Companies like Rivian have tried, and while they've made great products, they've really struggled to get any significant amount of market share. Which immediately made me curious as to A, why is that the case? And then B, what would it look like if a company was able to compete with Tesla? And then I got an email in my inbox about a brand new car that has a modular design, 355 miles of range, from 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds, and costs $80,000. And the company offered an opportunity to see the car, but then also sit down with their CEO and find out things like...
Jet's coming flanked, by the way, from back.
What?
Player standing.
What features they're planning to offer to outcompete Tesla, and then why they think Rivian and Lucid have not succeeded. So I'm here at LG Motors with Evan, and this is not only refers to yes, the company, but really new company in electric vehicles in general. Can you talk to me a little bit about like what the EV landscape looks like and why you wanted to get into making this car?
Yes, so Olympic Motors, our journey started 2.5 years ago as a small startup company backed by Y Combinator. Creating electric vehicle company and manufacturing electric vehicles is a difficult process. We would like to make it faster, and we would like to create a robust manufacturing process. We would like to introduce modular electric vehicles to the market. Modular means Lego. So as you can see on the right hand side, we have our skateboard, and this is our Model 01, and we actually build these cars in a modular way.
What does that mean?
Modular way, basically, if you look at a typical electric vehicle, what we do differently at Olympic Motors, we do not have 4,000 components.
Okay.
We have only 26 modules.
Okay.
So when we are manufacturing our vehicles, we are assembling these modules together. It's definitely shortening the assembly period, production period for our company, and it's all definitely shortening design to production period as well. And not only that, it's also minimizing our tooling and capital expenditures as well. So that's why as a startup company, we are able to bring our vehicles to the market much faster than anyone else.
How much money does it take to kind of create a
One enemy remaining.
If you are asking questions to the legacy OEMs, they will say anything between $2 million to $300 million. Legacy OEMs, they like taking their time. They like spending money. They like their fancy offices, large factories. They love their bureaucracy. And with a small team, we only focus on relentless execution of our manufacturing idea, manufacturing approach, which is what we always start with our customers and listen to our customers and what market really needs. And we realize a lot of people, they do not want an electric vehicle decorated with screens from all inside their cars. Instead, they prefer more minimalistic, more simplistic approach. That was, for example, the one differentiation we are introducing to market. In Model 01, we do not have any display screen. People ask me, where's the display screen? I tell them, we just do not have display screens at all.
So what's the interface?
Interface, like think about you are living in 1950s in a James Bond movie, so you just have.
Give that vibe for sure. It really looks like that.
Yeah, you have switches and buttons, and we realize actually human brain has a muscle memory, and which is easier to connect and control with your car, and also connect with the environment that you are driving your car in.
Bring them down.
But unfortunately, most of the electric car makers, including Tesla, which is a great company by the way,
Let us rotate. Let us rotate.
They put a large display screen inside their cockpit, which is distracting.
Only have the display screen.
Just has a display screen, right?
You mentioned Tesla, and I feel like when people think of EVs, Tesla's like the company that they think of. How do you think about differentiating yourself from that?
Yeah, great question.
They're
So
both
Tesla,
A-site, so we're
great
good.
company, great entrepreneur, great technology. I'm a big admirer of Tesla. So let's talk the inside. But on the other side, Tesla still only have 6% market share if you look at the entire US automotive market. Only 6%. So what we are basically saying is we are still in the beginning of the entire EV transformation journey. If you look at Asia, for example, China, they have 45% EV penetration rate. Meanwhile, we are only around 6-7%. We cannot confine and containerize the huge automotive market to only one brand. Because more than 17 million new cars sold in the United States.
Who am I
and
kidding?
customers have diversified needs. Some people like large cars, some people prefer smaller versions, some people maybe want futuristic cars, maybe some people would like to just get onto their car, drive to a cafe, park their car in and have more like serene driving experience rather than just transporting from destination A to destination. We are basically introducing an easier and faster way of manufacturing cars. So on the right hand side, this is the skateboard that we are using in our cars.
Okay.
It's a very sturdy system. Basically, you can basically you can not on the black side though, but this one is good. Okay. So this skateboard system very flexible and provide a lot of components that we need for our vehicle.
So this would be the bottom part.
So this is the skateboard module number 1.
Okay.
And module number 2 is the body. Body panels, including and everything.
It looks very nice.
No charges.
That's a 2-seater?
So this is a two-seater. We have four-seater model as well, as you can see on the picture on the back.
So it's easy, obviously. So everything is modern technology, even though there's no like display.
Let's
Exactly. No display
rotate.
screen at all.
Get the slant while you can.
Phone and stuff.
Yes, that's the tricky point. We have all the systems, telemetry, the Bluetooth, and all the kind of infotainment and media modules are already available inside this car.
Okay.
But you do not have display screen. Instead, whenever you want to play music from your phone to Spotify, only thing you need to do is basically connect your phone to the either with your USB-C cable or with the Bluetooth, and that's only thing you need.
Would you ever want to do like self-driving cars, or is that like not?
Not in our focus, because self-driving is a completely different
Last
animal,
player
requires
standing.
different muscles, different skills. So that's why it's not our priority. But at one point in the future, if another company develop a full autonomous solutions, we will be definitely sign up and integrate it in our car.
I think it's really fascinating. Like, I think one of the coolest things with startup is that you don't have to wait as long to execute on something. Like that's the biggest advantage.
Exactly. So that was one of the biggest pain points of Rivian and Lucid. So after $1 billion of investment and 12, 13 years, I guess, if I'm not wrong, for them to deliver the first commercial unit to their customers.
And then what about charging network?
Olympian models are compatible with 60% of the charging networks available in the United States. And by 2025, by the beginning of 2025, our cars will also fully compatible with Tesla's charging network as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So we are transitioning to North American charging standard, Tesla charging standard first.
Okay, so there's no like interest in building out like an Olympian charging network.
No.
What's there? Okay.
Plug and play. Only thing you need to do when you buy an Olympian car, you can basically charge them.
And do you think that?
So for our two-door cars, we priced at $6,000, and our four-door cars, we priced at $80,000.
Spike down.
And so far, almost $22 million of revenue backlog from 327
Jets grounded. Like that's really fascinating. I feel like electric vehicles are very net positive to society. And so exciting. So
Yeah.
thank you a lot. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you for visiting our booth, and yeah, looking forward to maybe having a test drive in
I am
Brooklyn.
so down. It was awesome to have this opportunity, and I'm really.
What do you want to do? You want to go this way?
Talking to tech CEOs, whether
Take
or
it
not
and
they're
go
going
back.
to be able to actually get market share with Tesla, time will tell. I think this is a really competitive industry, but competition always leads to more innovation. So love to see it. Hope you enjoy this one. If you want to check out another Talking Tech video, click right
30
here.
seconds
I
left.
appreciate you a lot. Bye.
New Xbox updates are coming. AMD just crushed Intel's newest architecture, RX 8000 baby, and Intel looks to have cheated in a huge way. From everyone to GamerMelt. First up for today, Microsoft's
Neon backside.
Xbox president recently said something very interesting. As you can see right here, it says, quote, "We've got more to come. There's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware that we're going to share this holiday. We're also invested in the next generation roadmap. What we're really focusing on there is delivering the largest technical leap you will have ever seen in a hardware generation, which makes it better for players and better for creators and the visions that they're building." Of course, the first thing that they mentioned is this holiday, and for that, it's almost certainly gonna be this refresh that we saw a little while back. Remember that this is an official slide that actually leaked thanks to the
Last round
SEC
in the
v.
half.
Microsoft
We cannot
lawsuit that
keep
had happened a
our
little
goods
while
after this.
back. And
Spend
as you can see, first we're looking at a refreshed Xbox Series X, as well as a refreshed Xbox Series S and a new Xbox controller. So yeah, that's almost certainly coming, but there's also another interesting hint. As you can see here, it says, although Phil Spencer remains quiet about specific hardware updates, he did show some interest by liking 2 tweets discussing potential Xbox handheld systems. So yeah, we almost certainly will be seeing refreshed Xbox Series X and S consoles, as well as potentially a new Xbox handheld. Obviously, Sony has already released a handheld of their own, so this wouldn't be a surprise at all, but we'll just have to see how well it competes, how it works. Is it just kind of like a screen share like Sony?
Oh my God, I got
or
fried.
is it a fully fleshed out
God, I got
piece of hardware that works
fried.
on its own without an Xbox Series X or S, kind of like the ROG Ally or Legion Go from Lenovo? You can see right here that apparently the conversation we liked came from Spencer from The Verge that confessed his appreciation for current-gen handhelds,
Last
like the
player
ROG
standing.
Ally from Asus Force or Legion Go. Not only that, but next generation, at least according to this, is sounding pretty awesome as well. Don't forget that they flat said that they're planning to deliver the largest technical leap you'll have ever seen in a hardware generation. That's definitely a bold claim, but something that I'm here for. But first, today, for free, you can join the only place I trust to learn computer science with this video sponsor, Brilliant. All you have to do is visit brilliant.org/gamermeld to get your free trial. But let me tell you what it's all about. See, Brilliant was built from the ground up to teach the STEM field. And because of that, you know they teach you the right stuff. But it's really not even what they teach you. Sure, they have tons of courses about pretty much anything you could want, but it's more about how they teach you. Whether it's learning how AI works to playing around with capacitors, Brilliant teaches you by getting you to do it yourself. It's how most people like to learn, including me, and they're constantly updating courses and adding new ones, so even if you've tried it out before, this is the perfect time to come back. Especially because Brilliant is offering my viewers a 30-day free trial when you visit brilliant.org/gamermeld. Plus, when you sign up at brilliant.org/gamermeld, you'll get 20% off their premium membership for life. Once again, that's brilliant.org/gamermeld.
Were they plan B?
Now, while talking PC handhelds, there was a recent review of MSI's...
Aim up, bitch! Aim up!
The interesting part really isn't the handheld itself, it's actually the hardware powering it. As you can see down here, this handheld is actually powered by Meteor Lake. And in a recent review, it was compared to Andy's own ROG Ally with their Phoenix-based Z1 Extreme APU. And let's just say Meteor Lake got destroyed. And this one is pretty wild considering the fact that Meteor Lake was set to be this really massive jump in terms of performance with the iGPU. And this is obviously almost entirely iGPU-based performance. As you can see down here, this is a comparison ultimately between the Core 7 Ultra 155H and the MSI Claw up against the Z1 Extreme ROG Ally. And starting things off, one thing to note is that the Claw runs between 35 to 40 watts, while the Ally runs off of only 30 watts. And even with that, the 155H was behind in every single game by significant amounts. With that said, in the review, they only showed footage of the benchmarks, but they didn't actually show average frame rates. But from what we saw, it looks like the Z1 Extreme had at least a 10% performance lead, but oftentimes got closer to a 30 to even 40% higher frame rate. These numbers are obviously massive when it comes to gaming, especially when we're talking on a handheld like that. Every frame really matters because you're already really at the very edge of decent performance to potentially not so great. So with one getting upwards of 30 to 40% higher frame rates is just flat out a nightmare for Intel. As you can see right here, we have performance in Shadow the Tomb Raider at lower TDPs at 25 watts.
They just said
not much of a difference, but the really big difference starts at lower wattages. And obviously this is a major issue with Intel continuing to only focus on performance rather than performance per watt. Obviously, Andy's Ryzen CPUs are significantly better at much lower wattages, and because of that, in these ones that power is incredibly important, just because we're talking about a handheld device, battery becomes extremely important. This is a major issue for Intel. Basically, Meteor Lake is looking more and more like an absolute disappointment. Don't forget that not too long ago, I actually went over a story that effectively showed that Andy's newest Meteor Lake actually saw an IPC decrease from their last generation Raptor Lake. But at least when it came to the iGPU, I was somewhat holding out hope. But Meteor Lake is looking more and more like Ice Lake. Not only did it not come to desktop, but the CPUs that did release are kind of an embarrassment. And next up, we have yet even more proof that AMD's next generation RDNA 4 GPUs are coming and coming soon. Don't forget that RDNA 4 will represent their next generation graphics cards, likely the RX 8000 series. And of course, I recently went over a story where they had added some of their first little bits to Linux, proving they are in fact working on it and are going to add it to operating systems. Well, this one right here, you can see AMD's
player
upcoming
standing.
RDNA 4 GPU have witnessed
fought
rapid
well.
development at Linux, which is what
planted.
we're talking about here because these are all being added to Linux. Thank you for open source operating systems. But this one actually added a new patch that brings initial support for the architecture's PSP or Platform Security Processor. For those who don't know, as it says, PSP is a dedicated security chip embedded within a computer's main processor. It functions as a separate, isolated environment responsible for handling sensitive tasks. We're talking this is very low-level security type of stuff, and it's made for protecting the systems from security threats. So basically, this doesn't really tell us much. It doesn't tell us how many cores RDNA 4 gets or anything like that, but with the fact that we have seen like multiple of these have actually been coming through over time, it really goes to show that AMD has ramped up their focus on RDNA 4 and they are seriously working on implementing it. So expect to see them fairly soon. And lastly for today, I have a really wild story that flat does not look good for Intel. As you can see right here, it says Intel was accused of inflating CPU benchmark results. More specifically, the Standard Performance
Spike down
Evaluation
B.
Corporation, better known as
Main door.
SPEC, has invalidated over 2,600 of its own results testing Xeon processors in the 2022 and 2023 version of its popular industrial spec
They get the spike?
2017 tests. Now, for those of you who just heard that and basically just thought it was like in a foreign language or something, basically,
Spike
Spec CPU
planted.
2017 is a very popular benchmarking toolset
One
for
enemy
major
remaining.
companies that are looking at buying server CPUs and an idea of what kind of performance they can expect. And in this case, you can see it says, after investigating, Spec found that Intel had used compilers that were, quote, performing a compilation that specifically improves the performance of these two benchmarks. Basically, Intel had some code in their compiler that added performance, basically made their CPUs look better than they actually are because they added performance specifically for these two benchmarks. As you can see, it says using prior knowledge of the spec code and database to perform a transformation that has narrow applicability. And it's that narrow applicability that's really important here because these benchmarks are supposed to show you, yeah, they aren't technically real-world performance, but they're supposed to give you an idea of what you can expect with that type of workload. And the only way that you can actually really compare it to other CPUs is to effectively have the exact same benchmark so you get rid of the other possible variables that could make it better while it isn't technically better. And you do that by doing the same thing again and again. Well, Intel took the code that did that whole same thing again and again and made their CPUs look better, but they aren't actually going to perform better in real-world tests that this is supposed to show. So it's effectively cheating. But the question here is really how many companies purchase Intel Xeon CPUs over, say, AMD's because of this cheating? I think that's a really important question. I mean, companies can literally invest
There's a
billions
huge gap
of
in this
dollars.
wall.
So did the company seriously lose out because they thought that it was better performance? Now, don't get me wrong, the difference isn't huge. According to specs, they get up to a 9% increase because of this optimization to the compiler, but still, this is a really bad look for Intel. So while that does it for today, what do you think about these accusations towards Intel? Let me know down in the comments below. And don't forget to try out Brilliant for free at brilliant.org/gaming. As always, have a great day.
All I've ever wanted is to be tall. This looks so dumb.
One enemy remaining.
Neon's planning. He's right on my body.
Player standing.
Bro, I could be like a super ripped out, like shrine maiden or
Spike
something.
planted.
Dracula, no! I want to actually try on my streamer awards fit because I put it on like halfway on Tuesday, but I actually haven't like tried it on properly since I bought it. There's some short. Look at it. I was planning to get like one of those like fitting dresses, but then I saw this at this store I went to, and I was like, shit. Fuck. And I tried it on, and he was like, yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to use that, and I was like, well, I suppose I will buy it then.
Mrs. Sales Lady. It also didn't cost as much as I thought it would. When I saw like how much fabric this shit has, I was like, this shit's like $1,000, but it was 600. Not too terrible. Still very expensive, but not as much as I thought that it would be. Only 600. Well, last year my dress cost more than that, so I'm downgrading this year. Okay, I'm gonna go put it on. I could not get the back zipped up by myself, but I tried my best. But yeah, it is big. I also would probably
Get out of my way!
because it has so many fucking layers that need to be like fluffed up and shit. Ooh. Look, it's so big and pretty. Yeah. That shit. You can't even like see all the details on this camera. Here's my hair inside. I'll like do that. Yeah, I was thinking about also like doing like hair up, but I don't know. I mean, it kind of looks nice with the hair in the front. I don't know. The lady also sold me these like clip-on earrings. Attached to like 8 packs to them, and then she also sold me a bracelet because I already had a necklace that I wanted to wear. W Lady. Yeah, I actually went to the same place that Emily went to get her dress, and they were like, "Oh, are you going to that award show?" W Lady. Yeah, I actually went to the same place that Emily went to get her dress, and they were like, "Oh, are you going to that award show?" And I was like, yeah, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we just helped Emily. She was very nice." So they remember the people, or they remembered her at least. But I guess it'd be kind of hard to forget. The skinniest fucking wrists ever. Oh, did I just break it? Uh-oh, I think I broke it. Bro,
I will hold up the sky.
Dude, this thing cost $55 and it broke. I fixed it. Saved. Oh my god, it's so sparkly. But you know what I realized? I didn't buy shoes, and I need to be taller, because otherwise, on my feet, I step on the fabric, because, yeah, but I'm sure I can wear, like, any tall shoes.
Yeah, I'm calling up the hookah.
I won't, but I can wear, like, the tall boot that I bought for, the Candy cosplay, lol. I mean, it'd be more comfortable than wearing, like, heels, like, fuck that shit. Wearing stilts, or I'll be so tall. All I've ever wanted is to be tall. My boot. I guess I should just see, like, if, the boots peek out. Already thinking I could wear, my slippers, because no one's gonna see my feet anyway. Wait, this might be the move. Where's the other boot? Don't forget, don't get tall. Bro, I've been here. Don't get
30
tall.
seconds left.
Or extend that arm. In, like, my fucking nightmares.
Last player
No!
Yeah, now, like, it's not
Spike planted.
sliding on the floor as much. Oh shit, wait. I left my necklace in my pocket. Bro, this looks so dumb. I'm not gonna wear sweats under it. I swear, bro. I'm like ruining it. Okay, actually, I'm still stepping on the front. I'm just gonna have to walk like this. Like, lol XD. I guess. Dude, how do people put this shit on by themselves? Independent woman. Ah! Bro, I'm gonna go insane. Okay, fine. I'm not putting on the bracelet today. Bro, I feel so tall. But I'm still stepping on it, so. But isn't it even worse if I wear heels? Because then it's like tripping plus wobbling plus stepping on regrets. Like, then I might actually die. Dude, no one is as bad at putting on jewelry as I am. Okay, well, I was gonna wear this. So it's silver jewelry too. Just Vital Walk? What the? I don't even know what the fuck that is. Yeah, it's a Vivienne Westwood necklace. So like, that, but neater. I'm not the best at doing my hair because I usually just let my hair do whatever.
Here.
Oh, and then red lipstick of course. Your hair normally wavy, yeah, my hair's like kind of wavy, kind of straight.
There's two there.
And mixed.
There's another one there to your left.
Okay. So like this general idea, but I would do it better. Yeah. Nice. Just wish I could get my
Down, B. One enemy remaining.
Free fire.
Hairs off my neck.
Spike's
I did it. Okay,
Hookah.
and the lady also sold me.
Window.
I don't know if I'm gonna wear these though, but like I usually never wear earrings, so I might just skip them. I don't even have pierced ears. But she gave me these like earring back things. I used to have pierced ears, and then in middle school, since I was an emo fuck, I tried to gauge them, but I gauged them too fast, and my ear got infected and closed up. And then I was like, it just wasn't meant to be. So I just gave up on having pierced ears. I mean, it's kind of pretty. I don't know. I feel weird. Earring. The reds don't match. They look better in real life because the dress has like the rainbow reflection up here too, but you can literally see it on the camera on the earrings. But it's the same red, it's just it has like a rainbow reflection, like iridescent or whatever.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, this is already falling down. Okay, because there are all I just don't know where they are right now.
Can't use this yet.
Mess of a room. Or, I mean, I probably won't do this, but I just did a Perfect Blue cosplay. And I was like, oh my god, I want to see how it looks like with white gloves. These are like my shitty white gloves anyway, but I just want to see how it looks. I probably won't wear these. I think it might be nice. Yeah, these are baby gloves.
Teşekkürler. Thank you.
Wonderful.
I think it'd be pretty if they fit me, but they're too big. So, it'd be pretty, I don't know. But I mean, this is fine. I got red nails in preparation for this because I knew I was probably gonna get a red dress. And that's where I met the lady whose daughter is also a streamer that has her banned in chat. Fucking tragic. This lady that was doing my nails, I don't normally get my nails done, but she was saying, oh, you remind me so much of my daughter. She plays video games on YouTube for money, and I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, and then she of course opens up Twitch, not YouTube. And her daughter's like a 200 viewer Warzone streamer. And she's like talking to her boyfriend. And she was also the same age as me. She wasn't half like
one enemy remaining.
Like high. But there were like a lot of other similarities.
Omen came through the window, but I don't know where he is now.
Oh, wait. Maybe. Oh, I also have some other sleeves. Where do I put them? Oh shit, wait, what? Wait. No, I think that'd be so pretty. I don't think it even goes.
Spike spotted B.
Bro, what the fuck? It's all tangled up.
One little twist, and it all turns
Yeah, it's too much. I think it would also only look good with the hair down. If the hair was down, I think it would look good. I want to try the cape first, and then maybe I'll try it with my hair down. I just have to try all of my white fucking stupid accessories that I got. I mean, I'm wearing silver gold. Let me put my hair down and put the headdress thing on, and then the gloves on, and oh my god, and then I pick up the sword. Oh my god, wait, this is amazing. Yeah, and then I'll ride a horse, and then I'll kill a man. Oh wait,
You will not kill my allies!
Okay. I can't really see. It's like in the back. It's tangled. Yeah, I would have to like sit and untangle it, I think. I was gonna put this thing on honestly. See, that's what I was saying. I wanted to go.
Did he plant the other side?
Wait, I actually pulled up. Wait, actually, I'm kind of regretting now.
Spike planted.
Oh my god, you got matched. I got a white dress. Going to oh my god, this is amazing. Okay, this thing is staying on because would need someone to help me tie the shoulder things.
Last player standing.
It's so dumb. It's so stupid.
Match point.
Stand tall.
Fuck,
We
I'm
are
so
Valorant.
excited.
We are fighters.
I'm
Who
buying.
needs a weapon?
Dude, but oh my god. But I was thinking, I don't know if I should even wear that cape to like a Renaissance fair because it's gonna get dragged in the dirt. And people are gonna step on it. But imagine I pull up to the Renaissance fair, the all white, flowy shit. I've got elf ears on. Holy moly. Oh wait, I want what stupid shit did I want? I got like a leather RP.
Hi! Piss!
I actually bought this for a guts. When I get my guts armor. I'm a rogue.
Nightmare
Red Riding Hood. Alright, bro. Whatever. Bro, I could get like a super big
Nowhere to run!
or something. No, I'm probably one of those first NPCs like in Volcano Manor or some shit. And I'm like actually evil as fuck. I just love trying stupid
Spike
shit like
planted.
this.
One enemy remaining.
What, you really think I'd be a potion selling NPC? No, I feel like I wish to be so much cooler than that. No, I'm not a potion seller.
Switching sides.
No.
Overtime.
Yeah, I'd be a
Their
soup
teeth will
vendor.
chatter in the cold and
A
dark.
soup vendor. Oh my god. Look at the fit. My trousers. I could wear this around here. Just wear that casually. I should just wear this cloak casually. Like, who gives a fuck? Who's gonna stop me? Okay, are you guys sure that the hair up looks better than the hair down? I mean, if I wear the hair down, no one's gonna see the glory. Yes. Okay, I'll wear it up.
There's a lot going on in this one.
I had one of my first big hangovers to rum, and I can't consume it to this day. I
Each
still hate
dip
the
is
smell.
leaving pieces of shredded lettuce in.
Guys, should I get fucking shit hammered at the Streamer Awards and take my cock out and yell and get blacklisted and never see my friends again ever? Alright, I got you, boy. Don't worry.
Still don't like it.
No, there's nothing stopping me from doing it. Do you ever think about just how little it's just us all agreeing that that would be bad? No, the law doesn't stop you from doing it. The law punishes you for doing it. But, like, you know, I can wait for the camera to get on me and just take my dick out.
Barrier created.
Like, could you imagine?
One enemy remaining.
I wouldn't. Do you think I'm actually contemplating doing it?
There.
It's just insane that I could do that. You know? That is awesome. I don't want to.
They have seen our
Get a
power.
3-day ban.
Reloaded.
Would you rather be hard or soft? No, you want to go with the Drake,
Switching
like,
sides.
leaves room for wonder,
Match
but is
point.
truly almost fully
What will it
hard.
be this
You know what I
time?
mean?
Have
'Cause as
any
long as there's a
patterns
little
emerged
flop, there's like the, but it could be bigger. You know? Guys, I do not want to take my dick out at the Streamer Awards. I'm just baffled by the fact that I could. I respect all of my colleagues too much, all of my friends. I could never do that.
Their fears betrayed them.
But I could. I won't. I could, in theory, make myself vomit the one time the camera's on me. Just all over the table with a straight face. What do you think Will's reaction would be when he wins in solidarity? No, oh my god. Everyone would.
Well,
Nandre, are we gonna hang out?
Avocado was a pretty fortunate
I
role.
can see Nandre doing the dick out thing with you. No one's doing it. It's not a plan. Stop it. Does it ever hit you just how easily you could ruin everything? So fast? Like all of the people who love you, all of your close, like those intimate bonds you built and the trust that you've shared.
What?
Symbiosis that I could just flop my cock out. I could do it. You could just start shitting, dude. Oh, dude, when I was riding my motorcycle, guys, did you know I rode my motorcycle from Alaska to Argentina? I'm very cool, very worldly, very cold. Every single time.
player
come on now.
standing.
Like when the road would curve, I think I don't have to do that. I could go right into this truck that's just careening into my door. I could. I don't have to lean. I could just go into this fucker. Anytime I was on a cliffside, I don't have to turn. I could just keep. I could do it. You tell me you don't think about it? Intrusive thoughts? The Call of the Void, no, it has a very legitimate, like, evolutionary purpose allegedly, in that it's meant to bring your attention to that
Switching
which you
sides.
should never do. You know, what is the worst thing I could do? Like, when I hold a baby and I think how I could easily grab it and just
Overtime.
toss it like a fucking, what's that Olympic thing? I could just grab it by the legs.
Still what to do?
And just throw it as far as or just like against a wall. Just like I could. I shouldn't. I would never want to. But I could. Do you think I want to do that? No. I couldn't live with myself. I asked a larger man to do the very same to me into a wall. But you could. You know? Someone could hand you their newborn baby and you could just fucking throw it. You know that there's a baby tossing forms. I've held, is it worse if I say I've held a lot of babies? I have held babies. That sounds so weird. I feel like this is fucking Mitt Romney saying grinders full of women. Everyone's trusted me with their babies. I've held many babies. Never smelled them.
I'll find you.
Not once.
Mark two.
I'm gonna flash.
You could theoretically drop and get like an angle. You should.
Spike down, B.
You could
Last player standing.
punch the person you're talking to. How many babies would you say you have?
Flawless.
0 thrown. There's not a single baby that has came to my grasp that I have been thrown.
Switching
I always
sides.
remember hearing people talk about the
Match
soft
point.
spot of the skull. Like that's where I always heard the most intrusive thoughts. People being like, I could just, just like you're testing a Tempur-Pedic mattress. Like, you could. You shouldn't. Like, you know.
Watch and learn.
There's someone bath.
Enemy spotted A.
Last player standing.
Hey, I'm Dave. Welcome to my shop.
Spike planted.
Passionate argument as to how buying a Mac Pro can actually save you money.
Attackers
And
win.
it seems like I've rehearsed this argument a bit in advance. It's because, of course, the first step in buying an expensive Mac Pro is convincing your wife that you need to buy an expensive Mac Pro. The rest, like talking yourself into it, is the easy part. So let me lay out my case and we'll see if you're convinced. I should make clear up front that this isn't sponsored in any way either. This is a purchase I have personally agonized over. Now, thankfully, I've got a YouTube channel as a hobby that throws off a little extra cash over time, but I don't care who you are. A Mac Pro is a bit of an indulgent purchase. I'm self-aware enough to appreciate that, at least, and realize that I'm fortunate to be in this position. Even so, you might find certain aspects of my reasoning to be somewhat